Right? Right? Look at the state of this thing. Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday. The halfway point has arrived. We're at the middle part of the week. It's all downhill from here. As I can see myself shouting into the microphone and the little meter going, bup, 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 bup. How are you? I got a gift. It arrived in the mail. I shall call him Autopilot. And well, a huge thanks to Warhamster, you legend. It's a pillow. It means I can, hang on, careful how you phrase this one. It means I have to be very careful how I phrase this one. It means I can bring the pillow to bed when I go to sleep with Hammy. No, that still didn't come out right. Anyway, you know what I was trying to say. There's weird noises. Can you hear them? So, hope you guys are all keeping very well indeed. Happy Wednesday. Welcome along to another Microsoft Flight Simulator stream. We're down under. Yep. We're under the down. We're here in Australia. And, well, we're in the Midlands in Australia. If there was such a thing. We're in a place called Alice Springs. And from here, as I, move the mouse over so I can read my notes. Yankee Bravo Alpha Sierra. G'day, mate. Alice Springs, we're going to rumble over to a place called Haas Bluff Airport. Yankee Hotel Alpha Alpha. And from there, we shall rumble down to Uluru. Uluru. Right? It's like saying Uluru. Uluru, or Ayers Rock. But they called it Uluru. Right? And not only that, right, sports fans, but we have something to show you. Whoop-ching! Look, there's a person, but behind the person, there is a new aeroplane. Brought to us by Black Box Simulations, this is the BN Britain Norman Islander. Ooh, and, well, doesn't it look all fancy? I do love this aeroplane in the real world. The Irish Air Corps operate one of these for the Garda Síochána, or, the Garda Síochána. So, well, we're going to take it for a test flight, put it through its paces, and see if it's any good. Not really a review, but do you know what I mean? We'll be serious. Super, super serious. It's the guards. Quick, sketch. Keep sketch. Do you remember they used to say sketch? People hear the word sketch and they're thinking, a scene? Draw? No. We used to say keep sketch. Anyway, what an evening we have planned for you. So we're here in Australia, and we're going to be flying around, and I wanted to check out Uluru. Because, well, it's a funny name, isn't it? But it's also a fascinating thing. Do you know? So we'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at the new aircraft, and we have the Murphline tonight, and we have a special guest on the show this evening. We have the man, the myth, the legend. Jeppeson2001 shall be joining us for some chattage along the way. We get to say hello to Jeppeson. This is going to be fantastic, lads. So I'll ramble into the chat, ramble over, see who rambled in, and say hello to some peoples who join us here at the halfway point of the week. It's so close to the weekend, I can hear it. It's calling from on afar, yonder places. But anyway, Phil does Twitch is here. Good to see him, dude. Jacob Mossad rambles in. Gibbo Ireland is in the house. He says, did Murph sleep in? I was 120 seconds late. Because the internet disappeared about 5 minutes before the stream. I was like, ooh, how do we fix this? So after the mass panic and, I rambled back. But it's back now, all is good. Mechanical Madness UK is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Catbat9 is here. He says, g'day did I. We're down under. And we used a cool accent. I can't even say cool. How do you say cool in an Australian accent? All I remember is Alf Fisher. Was it Alf Fisher? Oh, no, Alf Stewart. Do you remember Home and Away? Or as I used to call it, Away in the Home. He used to say, you flying Galaw. Right? Imagine saying that to someone today. In the west of Ireland. You flaming Galaw. They'd look at you as if you were not part of the parish. Anyway, we shall ramble on. Oh, there's stuff happening. Mr. Hoppy. Who else? Oh, look, we've Sir Murphbot back. So happy to see upon thee there, thee, Sir Murphbot. The bot, it lives, says Seamus McNeil. Happy Wednesday to you, Seamus. Hope all is well. Baron Cospa's here. Hello, hello. Andrew Hill rambles in saying, hello, one and all. Good to see you, my dude. Dennis G is here as well. Not sure how are you? Tritz4 says, hey, Murph, bro, and guys. It is good to see you, my dude. Mr. Zed Ryder is here. He says, I'm trying out the Warthog tonight, so expecting fun times. For relaxing times, make it Warthog Hotess times. The Warthog is the cat's meow. If cats wore suits, they'd like it too. But yes, Grafton11 is in the house. Good to see him, my dude. Waltons is here. He says, evening all, with a two-tone hot tub. This thing could fit a hot tub. Just saying. Soaring AJ is in the house. Good to see him, my dude. Dougal McTavish is here. Hello, my dude. Pilot Fest is here. He says, good evening all from the UK. Well, hello from Tipperary. Gibble gives us an ooh and an ah. Ooh, ah. Muse Fan is in the house. Good to see it. Jeppeson2001, the man, myth and legend. He's here in the chat as well. He's saying hello to people. Catbat says, ah yes, it's all good. Hope you're well. Oh, he's talking to Seamus. That's like walking up to a conversation with three people and they laugh. And they laugh about 10 seconds before you get there. And when you arrive, they've stopped laughing and then you're like this. I've been that guy. Captain Butters is in the house. Good to see you. Steve Solo UK. The Thunderflies are in the house. Oh, speaking of which, well, I'll show you later. Remind me to remind you to remind me to show you something later. As she said to the bishop. Spitfire RAF is here. Good to see you, my dude. Jacob says, all hands on deck. The Murphy is about to join us. The shock and awe. Annalisa is here. She says, hello, hello, and happy Wednesday. We finally made it to the halfway point. Go sports. Go week. Great to see you, Annalisa. Hope all is well. Waltons with the cool emotes. I don't know how he does them, but they look incredible. Scorpio49 is here. Rad Pilot Randy. He says, here we are again. Happy Wednesday, everyone. It's good to see you. Pilot Fest says, I fly from the airport where they manufacture the Islander. I love the sound. Flew around Land's End in one. Oh, nice. Red Dragon Comrie is in the house. Happy Wednesday to you, my dude. Tritz4 says, hey Murph, I did me arm in and what makes it worse, it's me lifting arm for the tasty beverage. I grieve for you, brother. So, well, over on Colonel Fork's stream, he has a gadget. Murph has SIP, right? But Colonel has like, you know what I mean? He's going to be getting all totally buffed and studly. But just so you know, the gin muggage weighs 50 pounds. I used to have to do it like this, but now I'm so strong I can do it this way. Ah, ooh, a tasty beverage on a Wednesday. Ozymandias is in the house. Warhamster is here. He says good day. Now, Hammy, it's not to alarm you, right? But it is a cushion. So I'm going to sleep in it, so I have to be careful. Do you know what I mean? It's so, do you know, isn't that the cat's pajamas? Isn't it brilliant? That's fantastic. I'm going to put that in my car. You know, whenever I pass like one of these traffic camera thingies for your speed, just hold up autopilot. See what happens. Right? It could happen. Captain Rudiger is here. He says, hello, hello from the playground in Stuttgart. Trust all is well. Captain Rudiger, good evening to you, my dude. I hope all is well. Colonel Fork with the raid. Yeah, baby. 24 people's rambling in. Colonel, I think you were doing a test stream with a helicopter. And then Fabio came in with a whole load of people and you were like, I'm just testing things, lads. But so good to see you, my dude. Old Veteran 965 is in the house. Good to see you, Scott. Night Zepp is here. Daza T Arab rambles in. He says, evening Murph and all. I can't stop long. I've got a PC rebuild work to do. Ooh. Daza's going to be giving it the Daza. Hope all is well, Daza, to you and yours, my dude. Kingsman 9965 is in the house. From Liverpool, my dude. Gordon77 rambles in. Katie UK is here. Hey! Hope you're keeping well. Seamus McNeil says, Murphy, you've done something with your hair. I was looking a bit kind of, pale. We finally got an autopilot. We may... Katie UK, she's like, we may see some decent flying tonight with him in control. Probably. And, well, Yeah, thanks. Egg Barley is here. Hello, hello. Crompton says, oh no, the aeroplane autopilot. Can he be any worse? It's just going to start a whole load of airplane sayings, you know? He gets to push buttons. I know, right? Peter Peppermint is here. Big Papa Polly rambles in. Peter Peppermint says, Murph, sorry to have missed the last few streams. Been really unwell. Hope all is good at you, buddy. Ah. Well, Peter, I hope you're feeling better, my dude. It is great to see you. Very kind of you to join us. And yeah, fingers crossed you get better, my dude. Who else? It's kind of busy in here. There's soundage, but I think it's all is well. 40 Gumble is here. What up, Murph? He says, hello, 40. Good to see him, my dude. Shuffle shoes. Shuffles in. Happy Wednesday. Crompton says, I hear the air is a bit rocky in this part of the world. I see what you did there. The new Jake Microsoft Flight Sim character mode. Or model. Great new addition. Mr. Hoppy is here saying, evening Murph, won't be joining the flights tonight. I have to study for final exams. But the Islander looks great. Ooh, well, best of luck in your examinations. You're going to knock it out of the ballpark. Says he who's been playing baseball. Well, the virtual baseball. I'd be no good at I'd hurt my arm. Well, I would pitch. See, pitch? I would pitch at my right hand. But I'd have to hold my left hand up for the balance. Do you know what I mean? You know when they do the whole kind of maneuver and they throw it? It's very graceful. It's like a swan dive. Wayland Jutani is here. Good to see him, my dude. He says, and welcome to this long weekend in Germany. Oh, wow. Long weekend, dude. Kappat says, hopefully it comes with a Tri-Islander too. They were thinking of it, so, well, black box simulations. These guys brought us the L19. And, well, I'll take you through the paces. We'll show you around and what this thing is, where I think they've done very well and where I think it's like, One thing I will say though, when it comes to my experience with black box simulations within Microsoft Flight Sim, where you might have one or two kind of visual model issues where you might think maybe they could have done it better, they more than make up for it in the flight model. These things fly incredibly well, or at least the L19 did, so I'm expecting the same. Fingers crossed, do you know? Sketch, everyone. Purple Cone is here. 2 wings, 2 engines, 5 wheels. Right? That's what they said in the thing. The thing? Yeah, you know the thing. But yes, Cy120's in the house. Happy hump day. Good to see you, my dude. Who else? Cy Murray is here. Happy Wednesday. Is this route current or old? It should be current. So if we went by the ICAO codes, this is really, really fun, right? So we're going to start off from Yabas, and then it's over to Waha, and then finally we get to Yay. Did you see what I did? But yes. Seamus says, you are not that late, Murph. Thanks, Seamus. It's still late. Well, it wasn't that late. 120 seconds. Do you know, we'll count them together. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6. I was late. If you count them like that. Viper Strike is in the house. Good to see him, my dude. He says, I went through the route earlier in the Jabberoo. I got an inverted picture of Uluru. Nice. Nightstep says, tomorrow is a holiday in my part of Germany. Awesome, my dude. Captain Butters, good to see you. Mr. Hoppy there with the tier 1 subscription for 2 months, my dude. Thank you so very, very much indeed. Hey, DeWalt is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Hopping Orange says, do a Joe Mangle accent. Who? Snowy Masters in the house. Colonel Fork rumbles in. Good to see him, my dudes. Alice Springs always reminds me of Walkabout with Jenny Gutter. Ooh. 40 Gumble says, the character model is rocking a killer mullet. Mullets for the win. Now, where are we at? Ooh, Cantona, says Waltons. Do you remember Cantona? Number 7. And then he kind of went nuts. Bell Bro is here. Oh no, Colonel Fork with the redeeming sip. We have to do a dual stream, and every time I have to sip, you have to do the bench pressing or the weightlifting. One will be in an absolute heap, and the other one, yeah, not so much. Ooh. That went fast. Goblin Zeus is here. Good to see him, my dude. Tasty beverage curls, says Katie. Chilled Corky says, morphed in late. Katie says, Murph, what did I say yesterday? Don't get £50, as in money, confused with £50 as in weight. Oh dear. It's like one very strong arm and then the other one not so much. Take my strong hand, child. Remember, Airwolf is here. Good to see you, my dude. It's kind of busy. Tarnish Moss Man is here. Happy Wednesday. Mega Monster rambles in. Good to see you, my dude. Now, let me see. Oh, my hand, you hear that? That was a big bang. Now, let me see. Do we have any snacks on board? We don't. It's just us. There's no snackage at the moment. So, well, as I said, this is the BN Islander. We'll tell you a little bit about it. The BN Islander is a 1960s British light utility aircraft, mainline airliner and cargo aircraft. The Islander is a high-wing cantilever monoplane with a rectangular fuselage and two-wing mounted engines. A conventional tail unit and fixed tricycle landing gear, the fuselage will usually accommodate one pilot and up to 9 passengers. The Islander is one of the best-selling commercial aircraft types produced in Europe and sold worldwide. Also designed in the 1960s, over 750 are still in service with commercial operators around the world. The aircraft is also used by the Army and police forces in the United Kingdom and is a popular light transport with over 30 military aviation operators around the world, known as the Bitten Norman Defender in military terms, which is used by the Irish Air Corps for the Garda Air Support. So they call it a Defender 4000. And a very good friend of mine was ground control. He was ground maintenance. He knew this aircraft inside and out. So we'll have a chat with him soon, and we'll get him in to see what he thinks. Design of the Islander started in 1963, and the first prototype, the BN2, first flew on the 13th of June 1965. The first production Islander's maiden flight was on the 24th of April in 1967. The aircraft was certified in August 1967. So this one is brought to us by Black Box Simulations. It's currently on sale on the Black Box Simulations website for €24.95. That's euro. So what we're going to do, well, I'm going to show you around. We'll start off with the exterior, right? So we've buttons here somewhere. Where's my mouse? Hang on, I find my mouse. There it is. So we'll start off up here. And well, I'm going to show you. Do you know what I mean? We'll have a look at it. Hey, Bri Boy's in the house. Good to see you. So we'll do our usual zoomage and, our oohs and ahs. So as we can see from the exterior modelling, the use of PBR, the model work, texture work, just the general hack of it. As Murphy, I'm in a box. I'm in a glass cage of emotion. Hang on. It is the box of shame. So anyway, moving on. As you can see, the modelling is absolutely beautiful. And it comes with a ton of liveries. The aircraft includes 3 variants as well. They've also included the military variant that has like the long nose. How you call him big nose? But, do you know? Oh, hang on. I've just been alerted that I made a mistake. How do I update this? Hang on. I have to do science. Edit stream information. Hang on, this is very important. This is a rookie mistake and I need to fix it immediately. Otherwise people were saying, that guy Murphy lost all credibility. Hang on. Oh, I did, look. I put an I before the L. Rookie mistake. Hang on. Where's the button? Australia. Done. The stream title has been updated. Thanks, Seamus. I just got a very polite update saying Murphy's in Egypt, he can't spell. So yeah, the livery, isn't it something? Isn't it beautiful though? And this is the Black Box Simulations kind of default livery. But we'll get in kind of close to it and let's check out some of the nice things. Do you know what I mean? So, well, from this range... What are we looking at? Are they rivets? Are they not? From this distance, it's absolutely fine. I mean, don't get me wrong. When we get a little bit closer, it's like, we see what you did here. You kind of just, do you know what I mean? But it's fine. Like, you're not really going to be that close to the aircraft. I'm not going to be anyway. Oh, look at the engines, look. Now, this should be nice. And they are detailed. Yes, yes, very nice, yes. What do you reckon? Like, I suppose... Okay, there's an issue. Now then again, look, it is a first release, so I wouldn't be getting too excited. And in fairness, the developer, even with the L19, I think they've updated it 4 or 5 times since releasing it. So to update a project 4 or 5 times, on average, that's one decent patch per month. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see if there are a couple of issues with the aircraft, how quickly they'll kind of fix them. But by and large, it's looking kind of nice. There is a reason why the aircraft is priced as it is. Like, for example, this isn't a $60 add-on. If it was, well, you would be expecting to see a 3D object in behind the glass and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? But look, I just love the texture work and the use of PBR. It's remarkable. I love the reflections. They just look so nice. As we go ramble here now to the landing gear, which is fixed onto the wing. There's nice detail here. Now, considering... Now, it could be just we're using multiplayer, but there is a little bit of an FPS hit with the aircraft. Nothing major. You know, like, it's something that's going to upset you, but you'll notice it. It's a bit of a something, you know. But overall, it's absolutely fine, like. The control surfaces on this are absolutely stunning as well. Like, everything moves so nicely. Well, that wouldn't work. Hang on. Murph, you're making an absolute haim of things tonight. Yes. See? It's so smooth and nice, like. So I am really liking the externals. What do you think of it, guys? Is it nice? Is it very fancy? Copper Pete says 2 wings, 2 engines, 5 wheels. Which is the description on the website, so no argument there. Right? No argument. But it is kind of pretty. I do like this. So we shall ramble inside the machine. It does. It looks nice. It looks nice. So we'll jump in. Right? Are we ready? This is it. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. So initially, as you can see, I'm getting an FPS hit because she's a little bit stuttery. Now, it's not too terribly bad, but it's noticeable. So there's probably a little bit of optimization to be done. Now, what's kind of interesting, right? With the controls, there's no click spot on the actual controls to hide them. What he has done, he has yoke visible, yoke visible. So if we click on the left, well, there goes the yoke. If we click on the right, there goes the yoke. So it's interesting the way he mapped 2 buttons and put them onto the main panel. I mean, it's fine, do you know? Old Veteran says, never was a fan of the aircraft back in the 70s. Ooh. When Chuck Norris flies, the altimeter is always 0. Chuck Norris is never under pressure, says Vilda's Twitch. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. Now, over here, get my mallet out of the way. Well, we have switches for the doors, which is nice, but you can also just click on the doors themselves. So you can say, you know, get over here. Jeez, that closed fairly quick, didn't it? You wouldn't want to catch your hand in that, lads. It would absolutely... Do you know what I mean? Black Box, you might want to just slow that one down a little bit. Because if you were to close it that fast, the whole place would shake. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, moving on. Me arm, right? So we have an overhead panel, which is nice. So there's a couple of things... well, they're not modelled, but it's not important. So we have our mag switches here for the left and right with our starter. We have our flaps indicator. We have our fuel pump for the left and fuel valve for the left. Fuel pump for the right and fuel valve for the right. Then we have what tanks we're using. So that's our fuel tank selector. We have some information regarding the Britten-Norman Islander limitations. And this has fantastic STOL, or short takeoff and landing capabilities. They use these in Ireland as well. They used to use, Arran used to use them, and they used to land on the Aran Islands. So, you know, you just see these in, I think, Lukla as well, if I'm right. We have our amp meter, our voltage meter, and, oh, that was outside. And, oh, these things move as well. The visors do nothing. They do, they actually work. But that's always nice to see. We have the Garmin GNS 530 device. Nothing else that I can see, but it does work. And, well, hang on, move the controls. You don't belong there. You definitely don't belong there. We'll move them back. Now, there are a couple of things that are in-op. I don't like seeing in-op. So we have DME marker and VH1, VH2, and then we've other stuff whereby we can change from kind of like high frequency and nav switches. They work, or no, yeah, they do work. But some of them which are in-op, which is like totally fine. The fuses, they don't do anything. They just kind of look there and they do their thing. The side wall paneling, again, it's not bad. You know, I mean, it's fine. I think it's okay. There's nice detail there in the wire. Like, that's kind of pretty. That wasn't easy. Do you remember them in the old telephones? And if you ever like try to, we all did it. You'd be on the phone and you'd rattle your thumb or your finger or something around it, and then you give it a bit of a pull, and you could never get it back to its original shape. Like a slinky. Do you remember the slinkies? You'd do you ever try and straighten one? It doesn't turn out terribly well. So yeah. So as you can see from the texture work on the inside, I think there is work here to be done, especially because there's also a performance hit. So clearly they went for keep it basic, you know, and it should help with performance. It is basic, but it doesn't help on performance. So let's hope there's going to be an update somewhere along the lines there. So the chairs are fine. We have our parking brake down here. Beside that, then you have your carb heat. You have your flaps. Then you have your main throttle and bits and bobs. There's good girl Teresa. You'll do no flying back there now, Teresa. So she's hanging back here having the crack. And we can see from the seats. I don't know what it's like in the real aircraft. I don't know, it's like half a fold. You do have to kind of walk on the seats here. But you have the rear passenger door. Again, that's controlled from a click spot. And then you have a cargo door back here. And if we notice then, well, I don't know who owns it, but like it's like, isn't it like if Mary Poppins had a briefcase rather than a suitcase, that's what it looked like. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Katie says, that's my pilot model. Ooh, some snazzy curtains there as well. I know, right? Some very snazzy curtains. I don't think we can do that with the curtains. But again, you can... Oh, close the door. God almighty. Do you know, it's like a windy day and we're opening and closing things. But yeah, no, it's very functional. It's quite nice. There's click spots there. They could probably tighten them up a little bit. Do you know what I mean? But by and large, this is nice. I do like it. You know, it could be a little bit sharper with textures or whatever. But overall, I think it's kind of nice. So that's pretty much it. So we can talk through the other bits and bobs. I like the way you have switches here, which is handy because, you know, it adds to the whole simulation thing of doing the stuff. It's like flying a bus inside. It is. We'll have to set up a little coin box here and Seamus can jump in. And Annalisa then will have to be the ticket conductor or the person who says, where's my ticket? So we'll do our usual thing. So just make sure that these work. I noticed the click spot. If you hone in on where it says barrow, it doesn't do anything. You have to move slightly left. And then it works absolutely fine. So we'll test the old, well, the D and the B keys, they work. Yes, they all came together. D and B, yes. So what we're going to do, well, we're going to put some power into the machine. And to do that, we have a battery switch. So we're going to hide the yoke here for a moment. We're going to ramble down and we're going to turn on the main battery. And we should hear then the gyro spinning. Kinda. So we'll turn on our generators. Yes. And if we have a look then at the amp meter with the battery, all is good. Volts are looking good here as well. Fuel is okay. We got plenty of fuel in both tanks. Speaking of which, we'll open the tanks. That's correct. Very good. Now, I don't know why the gyro spools down. It's like the battery ran flat, but it's not. It's absolutely grand. So we're going to turn on our nav lights. And down here, we have our beacon light. Turn them on. Yes. We have other stuff going on here. Yes. So we're going to check. So we're going to put our prop to full. Our mixture can go in here as well. Open the throttle a tiny little bit. Our parking brake is set in the down position, which says on. And well, we're going to start up this machine. So we're going to start the right hand side first. We'll give it a shot, will we? So to start it up, well, we're going to turn on the starboard, port and starboard. Starboard being your right, of course, and port being your left. So we're going to go for the right hand side. So the mags are on. We're going to turn on the fuel valve, open it, and we're going to turn on the fuel pump. Now, there's no audio for the fuel pump, which is kind of odd. Now, we're going to click on this red button up here. This says starter, by the way, and it's a flip switch. So you got to point it in the direction you want to start it. So we're going to go for the starboard. So we're going to say, hi, clear prop. Are we ready? Oh! It sounds nice. So we can turn off the fuel pump. Right hand engine is now up and running. Go down to here. Obviously the oil pressure is rising, oil temperature is rising, cylinder head temperature is low, and fuel pressure is low. But once we add some juice into it, it'll start doing its thing. So we're now going to do a start on the left-hand side. So we repeat it. So we go fuel valve to on, fuel pump on, magnetos on, and we'll hold the start button on. So see, can we get some animations working here? Let's see. Can you see? You can kind of see it now, right? So we'll have a look at the old prop when it does its thing. Nice. Getting a sippage of homey beer. Or Hummel beer. Hummel beer. Nice. So yeah, so the sounds are quite good, aren't they? Now she's sucking diesel. She is. At a rate of knots. So we can close the starter switch. We're finished with that. We can close the fuel, or turn off the fuel pump. And all looks well up here. Now, here's a couple of things. And I've noticed Black Box didn't do this with the L19 either. If you open the window, there's no change to the audio. Come on, guys. You can do that. It just adds the bit of wow. Do you know what I mean? But like, it's fine. It doesn't stop you from enjoying the aircraft. It's just, you know. But they've kind of made up for it from the amount of stuff you can kind of mess around and play with. And potentially break. So we'll ramble over here. I'm a little bit kind of bemused because there's now power gone into the GNS, but the avionics master is off. Could be a thing. So we'll turn on the avionics. That'll power our radios. And I've also noticed the modelling they've done with the Bendix King transponder, where you can't select standby on, altitude, or test. It's just on. That needs to be better. Come on now. That could be better. I mean, that's basic. Do you know what I mean? So the autopilot, yes, we can set for kind of 3,000 feet for the moment. Everything here looks fine. Katie pulls out a huge tub of popcorn. Now, let's see. We'll go external to check out the sounds. It is nice. And well, we'll give it a bit of hokey so you can hear them. You ready? It sounds really good, doesn't it? And then if you go internal, give it a bit of welly. Now, if you ever got the chance to fly in one of these, you'll know they are extremely loud. These things shake around the house like you wouldn't believe. And they're very, very loud inside. It just gives that whirl of... Whirl. That was fancy, wasn't it? Whirl of the engine. It gives it absolutely socks. But it's, do you know what I mean? It's absolutely fine. It's great. Phil Dustrit says, meh, sounds like it needs a lot of work overall. No, the sounds are good. Well, the sounds are good. But in terms of the textures and everything else, and again, don't forget, look at the price point of this. €25 is not bad. It's not up at the, 50 to 60 quid range, and it's not down at the 10s or 20s. Like, there are some absolutely appalling aircraft coming out. They're being released, and like, who looks after quality control? Do you know what I mean? Hey, I've made an aeroplane, you should buy it because it looks great. Yeah, but it's junk. Like, do you know what I mean? This won't be junk, and you'll know now when we start flying it. Not mad about the yoke, but you know what I mean? The L19 was the same. When the L19 came out, people were like, eh. But I'm telling you, from my experience, it flies really, really well, and it's just fun to fly. And this thing, well, it looks the part, and the sounds are quite good. Couple of patches, this thing will be outstanding, no doubt. So, will we kind of get going after me 40 minutes? But we're making progress, do you know what I mean? So we need more lights on. This is important. So, let's see. Passenger strobe lights on, cabin lights on for the crack. Landing lights are on taxi. Pulsating lights to do the whole, do you know what I mean? The flicker lights. Now we have our pitot and stall worn heaters. We probably don't need them because it's like 20 odd degrees here, but we'll turn them on for the crack. And well, we're going to be departing here now from runway 30. Because I'll show you the route. Hang on, I've been working on my Scottish accent. We'll show you the route. Did you like that route? So here we are down at Yabas, which is of course Alice Springs, right? And if we ramble all the way in, that little blue dot flashing on the screen, well, that's us, right? right? And we're going to taxi edge down towards runway 30 and depart. And we're going to be flying out over something kind of fancy. It's called the West Mcdonnell National Park, or as the Aussies like to say it, the West Mcdonnell National Park. Do you know? So we're going to head over that direction. And, well, it looks kind of nice. If you can see here on ForeFlight, you can see, when I looked at this in the satellite, I was like, oh, canyons. They're like baby canyons. They're tiny. They're so teeny tiny. But, do you know what I mean? They're grand, like. Do you know? So we're going to head out that direction. I've lost my mouse again. I was doing so well. There it is. The joy of having 3 screens, lads. Do you know? The joys of having 3 screens. Now, let's see. Do. Now, let's see. Okay. Hey, see you later's here. Happy midweekage. I know, right? Scott says, like an S2, makes lots of noise and doesn't go very fast. Always said it was louder inside while flying because it couldn't go fast enough to get in front of the sound. Ah. Did a tour over the Great Barrier Reef in one of these, says Skytramp. Nice, dude. There's actually a Great Barrier Reef livery for this as well. Sounds like some strong hot tub jets. Fantastic for GA sightseeing due to the higher wings. Yeah, absolutely. Right, so we'll, as I said, we're going to taxi on out of here. Are we ready? So we'll press the buttonage over here. And, well, our lights are on. We're kind of in VFR mode. We're going to taxi out via Echo. Echo. So parking brake comes off.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Nice. Who is this? Oh, there's stuff happening. Just as I go to taxi, Colonel Fork gifting 5 Tier 1 subscriptions to the community. You know, thank you so very, very much. Who gets one? Wind Turbine, RHT 341, Mr. 90, Thatch, and Terry. Is that Terry who backs the car? Colonel Fork, thank you so very, very much, my dude. Ah, very, very kind of you.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Oh, look, there's another Islander. There's one over there. Oh, look, there's a chopper. Get to the chopper now. So we're going to taxi out there. Irish Flyer says Thirsty Thursday tomorrow. I know, right? De-hype. Or de-hype. I see what you did there. Oh, we have a Mooney as well. Yeah, we have a lot of planes here. They look nice. Don't mind me. Ground handling is quite good. It taxis really, really well. Oh, the chalk and eyes on the floor. Always on the floor. Ah, we're good again. But no, it taxis really, really well. And it looks the part, doesn't it? Like, doesn't it look nice? Oh, look, there's another one. Who's in the other Islander? Come on. Hands in the air. Who got it? They're saying there's a Gigna. It's like a baby Gigna. Teresa, don't do that. You kind of snuck up on me there. Scared the life out of me. Alrighty. Airwolf says, it's me! I'm just me, but you're quite welcome, says Colonel Fork. You are a legend! And thank you so very, very much indeed, my dude. Very kind of you. It's Katie with her popcorn. Oh, the little, what's it called? Restart! No, we don't want to restart. The gadget there for my laptop is saying, you need an update. Captain Rudiger gifting a tier 1 sub. They've gifted a total of 5. He gave one to Skytramp. Captain Rudiger, thank you so very, very much indeed, my dude. Very kind of you, sir. Ah, we're getting through it now, lads. We're getting through it. As he lines up the shot over here. The bin is right beside me. I didn't do much with it. So, let's see. Do we turn on all the lights that time? There we go. Landing lights are on. There's nice rattling sounds as well. Rogers RC75 is in the house. Good to see him, my dude. Look at this. It's like the taxi race. Oh, look, speaking of which, it says it up here. When you're tired of waiting for the bus, use a taxi. Okay. Now, let's see. I set up a couple of different views. So we have that one. Yeah, that's kind of nice. And we have, oh, that's kind of nice. And yeah, that is nice. Do you know what I mean? And the suspension giving it socks. And then we have this one. Yeah, it's kind of nice. 15 knots and rotate. This should rotate at around 50, I think. Depends on the wind. Do you know what I mean? I think this is the aircraft that they land at Barra, the airfield on the... Correct, they do. Yeah, I've seen one on the internet's landing there. Ben McClure is in the house. Hello, Ben. I hope you're keeping well, my dude. So our plan here is we're going to take off and start flying in the direction of that mad place, which is called Hast's Bluff Airport. And along the way, we're going to be having a chat with Jepson to say hello and how everything is. So Alice Springs Airport, that's where we're located now. On the 5th of October 1921, the first aircraft landed here at the original airport. The military build-up in the north of Australia in the late 30s saw the need for an airport that could take larger and heavier aircraft. This led to the construction of 7 Mile Aerodrome and the diminished role of the Townsite Drome from 1946 until its eventual abandonment in 1968. Keep taxiing, Murph. So the original spot where the airport was not far from here. 7 Mile Aerodrome was originally built in 1940 by the Australian Department of Defence and was used primarily by the Royal Australian Air Force and the United States Air Force to bring troops and supplies into the area. Several civilian aircraft were permitted at the airport, but during the war its primary purpose was military as refuelling and a staging facility, as the airport was strategically located near the Pacific Theatre of Operations. Ooh. Here's an interesting one. On the 27th of May in 2011, it was announced that Alice Springs Airport had been selected to be the first large-scale aircraft boneyard outside of the United States. The facility is also extremely extensively used to launch stratospheric research balloons. The runway used for a balloon launch are closed for aircraft during these operations. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Hey, Captain VJ is here. Good to see you. Colonel Fork says, Murph, can you jump out of it? Unless it's a grand caravan, I ain't jumping out of nothing. But yeah, did I see people jumping out of these parachuting? I'm sure they do. Right, so we're going to get ourselves aligned here on the runway. Now, all is looking well. Oh, look at the state of that. Come on, Betsy. Get yourself straightened up. There we go. Right. Hey, Captain Sickbag is here. Good to see you, my dude. So. Oh, we're looking decent now, huh? We're looking decent. Okay, are we ready to go flying? Crank up the volume. Let's boogie. Takeoff power set. Airspeed is alive. There's 40. There's 50. Rotate. Little bit of wind. Come on, upsy daisy. Tis as simple as that. Ooh. And live weather. I've added in a few clouds only to kind of, you know what I mean? But we're using the correct windage. It's coming in from the west. So a decent climb out of there. Now I haven't flown this yet. So, you know, if it all goes terribly wrong, well, we'll see. So I'm just going to trim the aircraft out here as best I can. Vertical speed of 1,000 feet per minute. That's kind of okay. It's acceptable. Do you know, it won't fall out with us. And, well, I think altitude-wise, I was saying 3,000 feet. It's spot on because the elevation of the field here is quite high. So we're going to test out the autopilot first, will we? So we'll go to CDI mode. We'll go nav mode. Autopilot on, nav. And we're saying 3,000 feet. We'll go ahead and arm that. And let's see. We want V speed now. And we'll climb at, say, 600 feet per minute. And let's see how the autopilot, you know, this fella, let's see how he handles it here now in a second. So far, so good. Yes. Oh, it does look nice, doesn't it? Doesn't it look absolutely very fancy? It does. And we'll check out the other views. Look, isn't that a great camera angle? Imagine sitting right here. We'll put Annalisa sitting here, munching away in our crisps looking down. You can play battleships with the ground. Do you know what I mean? You sunk my battleship. That's a cool angle. And yeah, it's decent looking, like it's decent. Or a prop spinner right there. Open the window or close the window. Look at the ground textures here. Isn't it nuts? So at this stage, ladies and gentlemen, if you're flying along with us, do now press the number 2 into the chat. Let's get a head count. Hello, Fireflies. So if you guys are new here, we live stream every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, 1900 Zulu time. Monday nights on YouTube, Wednesdays and Fridays are right here on Twitch. I didn't see Keen Lefford in the chat. The counting will be real. So it's following the GPS. It's holding onto our altitude, so the autopilot is working well. We've got 42 plus a Murph. Some amount of flying. It does look pretty though, doesn't it? Look at the state of that for a view. Do you know what I mean? Screenshots for the win. Glaswegian Aviator's in the house. He says, hey, they use the Islander quite a bit in Scotland too. Nice. And Elisa says, he's not in yet. There's been plenty of Eurovision stuff today. I bet you that's what he's doing. I bet you he's off memorising all the music. So Gibbo wants to know, Murph, what's your airspeed? We're doing 140 knots. 140 knots, which is probably a little bit too fast for this machine. We'll bring it back a bit. The Army Air Corps use the Islander around Northern Ireland quite a bit. I've been in it before, says Ben McClure. Nice. So we took off from Alice Springs, Yankee Bravo Alpha Sierra. Oh, Keen Lefford is after rambling in, straight away getting me with the sippage. How are you, Keen? Ah. So, try not to hit the thing. So at this stage of the flight, this is where it gets fierce interesting. Because I have to try and fly it off this screen that you guys can't see. But we'll do this.
1850 715 815.
Hello, good afternoon. You're very welcome to the Murphline. So, what we're going to do now, sports fans, we're going to rumble over to Jeppeson2001 and have a chat and say hey. So bear with us, you know it's me with buttons. I'll more than likely break something and break the internet, but we'll give it a shot to see what happens. So we'll do a few things. We'd great crack with Annalisa the last day because it was like, we have technical issues and we can't hear nothing. So fingers crossed this all works. So let's see what happens. So we're going to go live over to Jepson. I better check my audio with him. Buttons, Murph. We're about to go live to you now, my dude.
Knock it out.
Don't break your arm. Hang on now. Please work, please work, please work. Wait for it. Did you see that? Hello, good evening, and welcome aboard. Oh, you couldn't hear me. We'll try it again. Hello, good evening, and welcome aboard.
Hello, Murph. Hello, Fireflies. Hello, hello.
It's great to see you. It's finally great to see you, my dude. I have to remember to click the button here so you can hear me. Otherwise, I'll just keep rambling on. But Jepson, thank you so very much indeed for joining us, my dude. Well, we just want to know a bit about you. Tell us, where has life brought you up until now? We know you as the man, the myth and the legend who has handcrafted Casement Aerodrome, and you're also working on a new scenery project as well. So how did all this happen?
Well, I mean, it started back in 1993 when I was a young lad. I don't know if you remember this, Murph. You probably don't. You're probably a bit too young to remember Flight Sim 5.0. It was a 4-disc version. before CDs even became a thing. Yeah, the computer required, I think, 4 megabytes of RAM, but I only had a computer that had 2 megabytes of RAM.
4 megabytes, awesome.
Yeah. So I managed to borrow a computer from my mum's work, which did have 4 megabytes over a weekend, and I was spent all weekend, flying Flight Simulator 5.0, and I thought it was the best thing, since sliced bread. And then I got hooked, from there. I think it was Windows 95. FSFS for Windows 95. Then usually going through, I skipped Flight Sim 98, but the rest of them, every time they came out with the newer ones, right up through to FSX. I used to love flying online. VATSIM, I used to fly VATSIM quite a bit, but that was quite a number of years ago now. I think I stopped about 12 or 13 years ago. But then it kindled my interest when I heard about the new flight simulator that was about to come out. I think it was about a year before it got launched. So I followed that with interest, and it's I just love it.
And with flying in the other sims, be it the older sims, like when you say like you needed 4 megabytes of RAM, do you know what I mean? Like, the phones have that now, even 4 like megabytes. Do you know?
Yeah.
Like I think for me,
it's crazy to think about.
Yeah, I think that for me, the first sim I picked up was probably Flight Sim 95 that I put any sort of interest into, and then every other iteration since then. But that's absolutely fascinating. And tell me, did you do any development work in the old sims?
Absolutely none. Well, I say absolutely none. I mean, FSX, I used to mess around a little bit with a program called AFCAD, which basically you could go in and change the airport stands and taxiways, things like that, mainly for the AI traffic. Because I used to enjoy messing around with the flight plans and trying to put real airlines with real liveries, flying in. But I never did any scenery creation. That's relatively new, as most people are aware. That I've only started this sort of last October. That I've seriously sort of started looking into how to model airports and things like that.
And tell me, what got you into aviation or even flight sim? Like, what drew you into the whole industry, I suppose, or even just the genre of game or simulator?
Yeah, well, I think I've always had an interest since I was a kid. I remember my granddad taking me down to Heathrow and Gatwick, standing on the Queen's building at Heathrow, watching all the planes when I was about 9 or 10 years old, and just got hooked. Obviously, I looked into usual places, maybe trying to become a pilot, etc. But yeah, I didn't do that good at school, so that sort of didn't follow through. It was only I had a number of jobs, worked my way through, in my teens, and then I think it was really sort of in my mid-20s or early 20s that I thought, actually, I've always had an interest in aviation. I thought, well, it's about time, I tried to pursue a career in it. So I took a ground handling job, as most people do, to get into the industry. So I was a dispatcher. As you can tell from my accent, I live in Yorkshire, so I worked at my local airport, which is Leeds Bradford, for about a couple of years there, and went from being a dispatcher to a load controller, and I loved it, and I wanted to pursue the career a bit further. So in 2001, June of 2001, I funded myself, went over to the States and did an FAA dispatch license there.
Oh wow!
That was in the hope of actually living in the States, but we all know what happened later on in the year of 2001.
Yeah.
So I put pay to that.
Incredible story, and I suppose the background in ground handling kind of gives you a great advantage, I suppose, when it comes to scenery creation, because apart from, I suppose, comparing photographs and videos, where things belong on a ramp.
Yeah, that definitely does help. And I spent a number of years, obviously, like I was saying, I couldn't get into the States, but I thought, well, where else can I go? Sorry if my video feed is dropping out. I don't know what's happening there, but
that's good.
Basically, I decided, right, I need to get out of the UK. I just wanted to go and travel a little bit, see the world. So I managed to land a job with Emirates over in Dubai, and again it was in ground dispatch. But that was, I loved it for the first year. It was epic. It was, every airline you can think of, every aircraft type you can think of, and Yeah, I was in my element there.
Oh wow,
So I
yeah.
did about 3 years there. And then yeah, I started not to like the place a little bit, so I thought I need to get out. So I came back to the UK and managed to get a job for about 13 years for a well-known Northern England-based airline. So I was there for about 13 years in operations control.
That's fantastic. And I believe you met your present lady wife in the same industry. Would that be right?
Yeah, that airline. Yeah, we met on a charter flight. It was funny because we did at that point quite a lot of charter flights, and I remember the guy from commercial called me to say we're doing this charter flight on the behalf of the Ministry of Defence, a trooping flight, and he said that because it's the first one and it could be quite lucrative and we could do a few more. We need somebody from ops to go flight ride it. So try to put the word around, see if anybody wants to go. And of course, I jumped at the chance, and she, Jill, my wife, happened to be on the flight as cabin crew, and we got on like a house on fire, and we got married coming up 10 years ago now.
Oh wow, that's fantastic. And no, absolutely fantastic. So tell me your favorite places to travel, be it in the sim or in the real world. Where is the favorite place that you like to go?
A real world, I'd have to say the USA, particularly the western coast, states like California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona. Just we absolutely love that area.
Sweet. And your best holiday ever, or is there such a thing, or has it yet to happen?
No, best holiday ever, I'd say, over in the States, like I was saying, we did manage to do a road trip, starting off in San Francisco and ending up, in Las Vegas, going around Yosemite,
Nice.
Sedona, places like that. Yeah, it was absolutely, I think it was about almost 4 weeks, hire a car, etc. I love driving in the States. It's so much easier than it is over here.
There's nicer things to look at, They don't do drizzle over there much. I just see Annalisa saying in the chat, would it be correct in saying then, did you guys have your 10th anniversary, or is it getting close to it? Or
It's getting close to it, yeah. It's,
fantastic.
End of this month, yeah.
At the end of this month? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Well, happy anniversary, guys. That's great news. Annalisa, she's like do you know what I mean? She's a spotter. She sees everything there. But
yeah.
So, of all your years working in aviation, did you have a favorite aircraft? Like, was there one just stood out to you to say, that's my favorite plane?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I did.
Which is it?
It's the 757-200.
Oh, nice, nice. What are they?
And not just from the looks, performance as well. Obviously, being in OCC, performance issues are your worst nightmare, really. So 757 never has a problem, or very rarely has a problem with performance anyway.
Yeah, it's a
fantastic looking aircraft.
A narrow-bodied airliner. I remember the very first plane I flew in was a de Havilland Draken called the Uller, which is like from 1930.
Oh wow.
And the same year, or a year later, my very first commercial flight, we flew to the States, was in a 757. And I can't remember the seating. I think it was like 2 and 2, I think. Or maybe it was just 3 and 3. It's very narrow.
Probably 3 and 3. Yeah, generally 3 and 3. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
single aisle. Yeah.
Single aisle, yeah. No, fantastic. And right, well, I have to ask you, favorite type of music? Because I imagine when you're developing scenery, I'm sure you have your own kind of, I won't say ritual, but like, do you know when you're doing scenery, I'm sure like maybe there's a tasty beverage or maybe there's like nice background music. And if so, what do you listen to?
Yeah, nice background music. A big variety, really. But music to sort of dance to, etc., is 90s trance. I used to love 90s trance back in the day, as it were.
Nice.
But all sorts really like, when I'm creating scenery, I like to sort of get into the zone of that area. And, the current scenery that I'm working on, which is in Arizona, I love to listen to the local country radio stations in that area while I'm actually in the sim.
Oh, wow, yeah.
It kind of makes me feel like I'm there, So, yeah, I love country music, dance music. So, yeah.
And tell me, an average night, if you're going to sit down and work on a bit of scenery, do you kind of give yourself, okay, here's 2 hours, or do you kind of get lost in it and, I'm at it 7 hours now and it's now tomorrow?
Yeah, I get lost until the wife says I'm off to bed. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, that happens to me all the time. It usually
Oh
involves then
yeah,
like,
you just get lost in it. I mean, I'm loving it at the moment. Yeah, I really am. And to be honest, I've not done much flying at all. I'm very, very rusty with my flying because just I'm so focused with scenery creation at the moment.
that's incredible. And again, like, we all know that Jepson created Baldonnel for his Casement Aerodrome, which for me, like, I'm from there, I grew up there, and it is painstakingly accurate. The height of the buildings, the layout, the textures. Like, I've shown family and friends, look at this, and they're like, that's home. I'm like, right? It's exacting detail. And for you to be able to do that based on looking at a few pictures and, satellite imagery, for you to be able to recreate that in a sim using the sim's default SDK. Like, I know, you're using a bit of Blender now for kind of creating models and such, but to use the tools in which they have been getting kind of a lot of, I won't say negativity, but certainly a very underpowered platform, if you like, from a developer's perspective, you were still able to manage to churn out that level of detail. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's good to hear. Yeah, and I'm glad. I mean, I was, really pleased to do it. Obviously for yourself and the community. I mean, the first bit of scenery I created, which was just using the SDK, just using the custom objects within the sim, as it were, was Halon Bay. I remember, looking back now when you started that journey and you were going to end at Halon Bay, and I thought, oh, I'd love to see what Halon Bay looks like, because I saw that Top Gear series.
Yeah.
And I was so disappointed to get there and find that it was all flat. All the islands in the Bay Area that were all just flat. So I thought, I need to do something about this. For when you guys all arrive there. So yeah, I just thought I just knuckled down and just gave it a go really. And I really enjoyed doing that. And then I think you gave me a nudge about casement and that was that really. I mean, I'd never heard of Blender before November, I think it was, when I started Casement. I did a little bit of photogrammetry imports into Blender just to get it into the sim, but I didn't really look around it so much until I started with Casement. So yeah.
And tell me, just see Gibbo Ireland asking the question, would you have any advice to someone who wanted to start off to create scenery, like from the stuff you've learned over the last number of months, in particular with this sim? Is there any advice you can give them?
Just give it a go, and persistence, I think. There's many times that I failed at the start, and it was very frustrating actually. I mean, Blender's a massive program, and I've only just scratched the surface of it. There's menus within menus, and you can get lost in it. I think that's the key. I think it's just watching lots of tutorial videos just to get your head around, how to use it, and do the very base. Start very basic, and then just get one simple object into the sim, see how that process works, and just go from there. But give it a try. It's free. Blender's free. I used to use Photoshop many years ago, but there's a free software program called GIMP, GIMP. So that's a free piece of software. And then the thing that talks, the thing that communicates with Blender over into MSFS is a free plugin again. So it doesn't cost anything to give it a go.
It's incredible, and to say that, when you have a program that's free, it gives you a huge scope. And again, it's kind of perseverance, just kind of stick with it. I asked you before, I remember just chatting to you, what's your favorite thing to do when building a scenery versus what's your least favorite thing to do when building a scenery?
Yeah, the most favorite thing about building the scenery, I think, is the buildings in Blender, actually creating the buildings and the models before they're textured. I think texturing is quite difficult. I've found a better way now, a quicker and easier way, if you like. There's so many different ways you can texture, but that's what sometimes takes the time. But within the SDK itself and actually creating the airport scenery, probably the most clunky bit to do is the taxiway signage, because it's not easy to do the taxiway signage. It hits your frames. You get kind of go down to about 4 or 5 frames a second, and trying to move things around. it's not counterintuitive really, but hopefully that that's something they'll look at in the future.
Yeah. So tell me again, Mrs. Two Tone has a question. She wanted to know roughly how many hours did it take to build Baldonnel?
That's the question.
500.
Thousand. Well, I say 1,000. I don't know. Hundreds of hours. I really don't know. I did put a lot of hours into it. Most evenings, etc. And again, I love listening to the streams, your stream, other streams. I'll fly along when I can, but generally I'm working on scenery. So
that happened the other night. We were on. I think it was one of the nights. It was after the stream, and we jumped onto Discord, and the Thunderflies were there, and they're like, "Hey, let's check out this place." And like, "Oh look, Jepson is here!" And like before anyone said anything, they were just like, "I bet you he's making something."
Yeah. If you see me on the ground somewhere, I'm generally doing some scenery in that area. Yeah.
But considering, so Casement Aerodrome was your first large-scale freeware scenery, and it's very close to 1,000 hours, we say, of your time put into it. The next up-and-coming scenery that you're working on dwarfs it in terms of scale. Baldonnel would fit into the scenery probably 6 times. If I did the count right, it's about 6 times in terms of the amount of stuff. And I imagine the time you've put into this next one, which would be your debut payware scenery. So, chat, do you know what I mean? Supportage. But what would you think in terms of hours, or how much? Like, it's still a work in progress. Is it by far the hardest thing you've done, or does the enjoyment kind of overrule some of the difficulties?
I think actually casement was probably the hardest thing because I just started out. I didn't sort of have a clue what I was doing, but I'd look at a building, I'd look at a structure that like the fire rescue area. With the plane, I thought, well, I looked at that and thought, well, how am I going to even start that? But
what
I
is
just
this?
gave it a go. Yeah. How do I even do that? But if I got stuck on some things, I'd go onto the forums, I'd have a look at YouTube videos and just put it into YouTube, etc. And I'd find the answers that way, and I kind of like find my own way of improving as well. So yeah, I think probably it's probably a similar amount of hours that I've put into this one, but simply I'm actually working quicker and more efficiently because of the experience I've had with casement.
That's fantastic. And I see another question there. Would you ever consider plane creation in the future at some stage?
Yeah, I think I would. I mean,
Ooh.
I certainly like modelling the planes, and you'll see some of those in the upcoming release of machinery. But actually creating the gauges, actually getting the aircraft into the sim and flying it involves a lot of coding, etc.
Yeah.
That's something I don't know. I'll leave to the experts, I guess, for that one. But I really enjoy the modelling of that. Yeah, so it would be something that I'd love to get into. I mean, obviously, you saw the Bremen that I did for you. That was my first ever attempt at doing an aircraft model.
# first aircraft to be the Bremen.
Yeah.
No, that's fantastic. No, it's a fascinating outlook and our insight more so because we see scenery, and I think anyone if they buy a scenery or they see something freeware, they're just like, yeah, that looks really, really cool. And some of the smallest details, which tend to require the most amount of input from a developer, it's a fleeting moment. You'll look at it in the sim and goes, yeah, that's pretty cool, and they continue to fly. They don't realize that one tiny, insignificant little thing could have taken hours or like tens of hours just to get the coding right. So it's mind-boggling to think that everything that you're looking at isn't just procedurally generated by AI. It's the absolute handcraft and wizardry by a developer. And in this case, when it came to casement, this was all you. It was the same with Halong Bay. Like even putting the Bremen into Baldonnel. What? It's incredible. And now your next project, which is highly ambitious, but looks absolutely amazing. And like, I'm lucky whereby, I get to see it now. And if I can provide any feedback, that's great for me. But I know, like, the flight sim community at large, they're going to love this place because it there's a sense of home about it. You can land at a scenery that the sim has done automatically, and it's like, yeah, it's okay, but you don't feel anything. You've no connection to it. With your scenery, you have an instant connection to it because you can actually kind of see all the work that's gone into it, and you can see the care as I try and fly my plane. You can see all the care that goes into it as well. So I'm super excited for this one for you, dude. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, thanks, Murphy. Yeah, I appreciate that. But yeah, I think I try and, add a little bit more detail in that, other sceneries don't have, I mean, obviously like with Casement, I did the animated doors, in the hangar. I really wanted to have a go at that. And that did take quite a number of attempts, a lot of trial and error. But I'm glad I did, because that's led me on to more complicated animations now. Although it's limited, Blender has got, it's an amazing program, but unfortunately not all of what can be done in Blender can be transferred across to the sim.
Yeah.
Not yet, anyway. When it does, it will be fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, moving on. We'll go to the quick fire round.
Sure.
I don't know what I'm going to do with all the answers, but I am tracking them. I remembered what Annalisa said the last time, so it'll be interesting at the end of the year. So you're not to think, it's just whatever comes into your head. It's a straight answer, right? So the first one is, tea or coffee?
Tea.
Ooh. Sweet or savoury?
Definitely sweet.
Night or day?
Day.
Favourite animal?
A dog.
We've a cat and a dog now. Boeing or Airbus?
Boeing.
Piper.
Without a doubt.
Piper or Cessna?
Ooh, Piper.
Left or right?
Right.
Up or down?
Up.
And that's correct. Well done. We don't know what the answers mean yet, but I'm telling you, they're going to be good. But
No.
So just a reminder to everyone as well that Jeppeson will be on the Flying Fabio stream tomorrow, Thursday, over on Twitch at 1300 Zulu time. I believe everything's still, fingers crossed, everything works out. The Katie Pilot can be there, or yay or nay?
Yeah, that's actually an A now. Yeah, we only thought it right that Katie actually shows it on her stream first, so I believe it's going to be rescheduled for sometime next week. So yeah, watch this space, and you'll be able to see me on Fabio's channel along with Katie to check out the new scenery. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. Hoping that Katie will be streaming on her channel. If you haven't jumped over to Katie Pilot's channel, go check her out. She's a real airline pilot, and it's amazing to watch some of her streams. So yeah, hopefully tomorrow should be showing my scenery off in its current state. It's still a work in progress, but yeah, I'm really really excited to get this released.
Well, be sure to keep us up to date, because there's a level of detail that Fabio would like to go through, which we would know from Fabio's kind of perspective on things. And for you to show us what Blender looks like and how you visualize the sim when you're creating things versus us when we just get to fly in it, that's going to be fantastic to see. So be sure to let us know. I've Annalisa here saying, Murph, you need to ask him a question. So we have a question again. Is Yorkshire tea the ultimate proper brew, like Sean Bean claims?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Yorkshire tea. Yeah.
You've heard
anything
it here
that's
first.
Yorkshire.
That's fantastic. Well, Jeppeson, I have to say thank you so very, very much, Madhu, for joining us. And I can't thank you enough for building that scenery encasement. You've done amazing work, and you've brought out scenery of such a high standard, and you release it as freeware, and you've made leaping bounds within the sim in terms of doors that open, beacon lights. Like you've done very much custom things that other scenery developers are now looking over, going, "Hey, that's pretty cool." And I just know your next endeavor is just going to be absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait until it's released, because we're all going to go flying there for ages. And I see even Hammy Warhamster saying maybe the Thunderflies could do a display there. We just will. We absolutely will.
Has to be done.
All right, well, listen, thank you so much for joining me, my dude. And yeah, we will definitely watch this space.
Welcome. Many thanks, Murph. Fireflies. Catch you soon.
All the best, dude. Take care.
Cheers. Bye.
And there we have it. The man, the myth, the legend. That was Jeppeson. Wasn't that fantastic, wasn't it? I have to get used to all the buttons. Did you see the state of me flying as it was flying? I couldn't see anything. God almighty. But I think we have it sorted now. I need to turn back and go on course where I was. And I was using a push to talk. And now Thunderflies! Out of nowhere, lads. They just appeared. But I have to say, wasn't that brilliant, wasn't it? Fair play to Jeppeson2001. Keep an eye, as I said, he has his own channel on our Discord. And as I said, another reschedule from Fabio's side when it came to Katie Pilot. But we will be watching this space, absolutely keeping an eye on things, because I can't wait until that happens. So at this stage, what we're going to do? What do you mean what we're going to do? Well, we're going to do something. We need to do one of these. Yes. So let's get some dance emotes into the chat for Annalisa. For the very fancy questions, and I suppose Gibbo as well, and Colonel Fork. Annalisa opens all the plane doors. Pilot 6, many thanks for the follow. Old Venner says, Katie Pilot was able to pick up some real life flying, so obviously that takes place with streaming. Oh, absolutely. I think last week, I think our company told her she had to do some work in their sim, which was interesting. Yeah, this scenery though, isn't it beautiful? Beautiful flight past. Annalisa grabs Katie UK, gives spare pair of shoes, then jumps eating crisps and dancing while hanging out of a wheel. Oh, the fun times. As Warhamster says, it's the boys. They're so hot right now. Captain Rudiger has subscribed at tier 2 for 4 months in a row. Captain Rudiger, thank you so very, very much indeed, my dude, for all the support. And well, thanks to everyone for the support. It's amazing. Absolutely fantastic. Right, so what I need to do, because I forgot to hit autopilot, because I saw in the chat, Murph does mountains, you won't beat them. I was like, I've got this, totally fine. Well, I wasn't. So I need to turn on the autopilot again. Shka-ding. We're going to go to nav mode. Hold our altitude, which is whatever it is. 5,200. And hopefully now the plane will get us back on course. Scott says, yeah, she was out of currency and had to get her 3 landings and takeoffs in some other procedures. Ah, very good, Scott. Thanks for the heads up. Fantastic. That's the thing, I suppose. Like, if as a pilot, a real world pilot, as Katie is, you have to stay current. And yeah, the sims are great, be it Microsoft Flight Sim, P3 or X-Plane. They're great to keep your skill set sharp, but you know, you got to use the approved machines to actually get your currency, which is your flight time essentially, up and running. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So at this stage, I keep saying at this stage, like, you know, there's a plan to this or something, but it's time to say hello and thanks to people, you know, in the chat. So we'll do this thing, and then we're going to have the news, and there's the Thunderflies. Oh, and you need to remind me to remind you to remind me about something now in a minute, right? That's important. So I shall ramble over to this little list over here. Are we having fun so far for the Wednesday? All right. So, well, a big shout out to our flight crew. We have, there's stuff happening. Hey, Mick Ham has subscribed with Prime. Many thanks, my dude. Ah. Warhamster says, did anyone else lose Twitch audio? It's Wednesday. What did I say? I can't remember what I said. Oh, what's happening? Warhamster has subscribed with Prime for 6 months. They've just started a hype train, and for the love of all. Do you know what I mean? What are you doing? And we're near the airport, so I need to be quick here. Many thanks, Warhamster, my dude. Corner Fork says, I didn't lose audio, I have it right here. Oh, nice. Audio is fine. I now have someone to blame. If anything goes wrong at all, we can blame this fella, look. I need to hide my hands.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
I wonder could I put a wig on him? That's not going to happen. Colonel Fork again. Holy manjonies. Gifting another 5 tier 1 subs. Colonel Fork. Dude, thank you so very much indeed. Julian KS89. Evidence please. Larger Life. Dave 1983. And Hall Rock. Thank you also very much indeed. And Colonel Fork, thank you so much, dude, for your generosity. The man's a legend. Katie says, I'm not Katie Pilot. I fly a desk. Colonel says, I did it for the hype train. Choo choo. I did the same yesterday, right? And I was away from my computer on your stream, and I was like, oh, I need to do it on the iPad. It was like, man, that was science. That was science. Anyway, do we need to get Murph a Barbie doll? In general, or just for the stream? Do you know, I wouldn't say no to either. Do you know what I mean? This button, Murph. It's Autopilot McGinty. Now, let me see. Gregor says, Murph. Sure, what's happening, lads? Byron Cospa subscribed, tier 1, currently on a 2-month streak. Thank you so much, my dude. Now you're to stop it. No more. Your man is hoarse. We have him on the strepsils. He can't do any more, do you know? But thank you very much, my dude. Gregor says, Murph, my MB339 and T45 patches download, but they don't decompress. Have you or anyone else experienced this? Yes. How did I shoot me a message on Discord, because I need to remember how to do it. I would give you, non-accurate information now if I were to say it. So, Muse fan wants to know about runway. For the love of God, I haven't even done the thank yous yet. Hang on. I don't know. It's a surprise. We'll find out when we get there. Anyway, so we have Anna Crusses, Andy Shaw, Austin Butenbach, Bell Bro, Sir Neil, Fly Darren, Ford Entertainment Group. Who's pressing buttons? For God's sake. Bit Monster with the 5 gifted tier 1 subs. I can't do the thing with the... Thank you. Thank you very much indeed, my dude. Every time I go to speak, hit him. Do a something. BD Monster gets 1 too. Cold feet, warm, nice. Who else? Santiago V90, Copernicus, Deep Future, Max Taramo. Thank you so very, very much indeed, BT Monster, Bit Monster, my dude. There's even more stuff. What's happening? I need to get this done and then land. I'm under pressure. I feel like Jack Charlton put him under pressure. I'm Sinan has subscribed to tier 1 for 2 months. I'm Sinan, thank you so very, very much, dude. That is very, very kind of you. God almighty. Right. Let it calm down now. And relax. He's going to slabber on Otto's face. Are you trying to say I drool when I sleep? Because I don't. For the love of God. What? Hang on. There's stuff happening that should only happen on a Friday. So many buttons. Hang on. Wait for it. Wait for it. What does this one do? Is it this one?
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Ooh. It's all happening now. There's no wiggage. I feel weird without it. Old Veteran 965 gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. The Mad Lad. Old Veteran, thank you so very, very much indeed, my dude. Your man is hard. That's it. We need more strepsils. Colonel, Old Veteran is gifting the tier 1 subs to Blackheart, Addy, 1848, Bogey Boy, Johnny AVL, and who else? Yeah, baby, yeah. Thank you so very, very much indeed, Old Veteran, my dude. God almighty, Bit Monster with the hype train. There's bits flying like confetti. Many thanks for the bits, my dude. Bits from Bit Monster. Ooh. Do you know what I mean? It's just redeemed announcer voice. Do it in the voice. Do what for? Oh, hang on. Hang on. I knew I didn't do something. Give me a second. Give me a second. What voice? Doesn't it all feel... It feels like Friday on a Wednesday. Do you know what I mean? Ooh. I was just trying to do me thing. Hang on, I have to load a box. Load a box? I have to load a gadget. We'll figure it out, sports fans. For the love of God. Who was that? Old veteran 965 with the... How many? 500 bits. What's happening? We need more now. Look. Is it this one? Ooh. Old veteran 965, thank you so very, very much. A level 5 hype train. What? What? Who did this? Who's responsible for the craziness? Old veteran, thank you so very much. Lads, a level 5 hype train. Would you go? Give over, will you? Behave yourselves. Choo choo. Choo choo. Thank you so very, very much, my guys. Can we get a level 6? The legend is legendary. Now, hang on.
We shall try to speak and sound like this. Ooh. I'm the MC in the place to be. Trying to rhyme like a crab. That didn't work.
I wasn't a poet and he knew it. There is no level 6, only chew. Guys, you're absolutely nuts. But thank you so very, very much for your support. Legendages. Ooh. We need to be able to gift crisps to Annalisa. We need to do something. That's absolutely crazy. There's all like choo-choo emotes gone out. And the crowd goes wild. It's like a home run or something. Right. Guys, thank you so much. A level 5 hype train on a Wednesday? This is the middle of the week. Do you know what I mean? Ooh. It's not the same without the wig. Do you know what I mean? But at the same time, it kind of works. Ooh. I have wig withdrawal symptoms. No wig since last week. Well, that escalated quickly. Now, what was I trying to do? Oh, look at this for scenery. I was trying to do this, look. Anyway. There's no line in me head either. Oh, the shame. Anyway, where did we get down to? I'll start again. Anna Crusses. Andy Shaw. Andy Shaw, Austin Butenbach, Bell Bro, Sir Neil, Fly Darren, Ford Entertainment Group, Gareth Byrne, Goblin2Biz, Hal Jor, Larson202, Max Jiggity Pilot, Muse Fan, Nathaniel Davin, Nick Stratford, Peter, Fast Pete 84, Peter Paskov, Pyrology, or Pyrology, or Pyrology. Pyrology, we'll go with. Ricky Kelleher, Samson Video, Tim Middleton, WB1990, and Willie Canuck. Thank you so very, very much indeed to our flight crew. I'm going to be half cut here now in a minute. It's a Wednesday night. And he's putting it away at a rate of knots. Hang on. Ow! Next up we have our co-pilots. And a big shout out to Bad Dog. He's a great dog. Really great dog. Oh, look at the Thunderflies. Look at the state of them. Bad Dog, Brian Spain, Captain Sickbag, Dougal McTavish, Jarden1 Abel, John Ambler, John Morris, Ludus Regum, Mark Dyson, Mr. Z123, Noel K, Patrick Cullen, Pilot Peely, Sean Leo, Tony Robinson, 6 Knots, Airwolf 643, Alaska 559, Andrew Hill, Arctic Turn, Aristicus, Andrew 279144, or better known as Andrew 279144. Who else? AZ Blue Line, Bosman, Booms, Big Tone 66, Big Shot Muffy, Billowette, Brandon Lowe, Brown Doe, Bitmonster, Catbat 9, Causeway 04, CDN Taz, Celery Sticks, Chilled Corky, Citizen 6, Cool Sax 98, See You Later, Crompton 33, Draco Sensei, Dragon 40th, DC Viper, Eamon 1973, EL 737, as I checked for terrain, Espin 74, Fort Noob, Godden 77, GNLU, Goblin Zeus, Goodness Sig, Hans Grubber Jr., Hawk Driver 101, Hasco 1970, buttons for Murph. Here's Johnny, Hopping Orange, Jacob Mossad, JMS 737, Joey Bolo, Johnny Aardvark, Jamel Mood, Jay Winokur, Copper Pete, Lenning Way, London Controller, Like to Program, Low Lead AV, Merlin Flyer, Matt M018, Mechanical Madness UK, Metal Moss, Mike 71G, MJ Daiso, Mr. Snow Hill, Mr. Zed Rider, Mr. Hoppy, Mr. Tin, all the misters, Muse Fan, Naughty Gnome, Neon Jedi, Night Zepp, P. Anderson, Piat 691, Philly Roach, Pyrotech, Purple Kona, Rad Pilot Randy, Red Dragon Comrie, Rob MCR, Rogers RC75, Roger Mo, Scorpio, CDL, Shuffle Shoes, Skydive Man, Snowy Master 738, Splasher 6, Steve Solo UK, there's stuff. Who's pressing stuff? Swamp Dragon 111, Test Pilot 72, The Flying Fabio, Whack-A-Mo, Waltons, and K Branch. We're getting there, lads. Rate of knots. We're nearly there. Mrs. Two-Tone redeemed the sip as well. Oh, God almighty. Only 5 days to the Eurovision. Floyd H25 with 100 bits. Thank you so much, my dude. Very, very kind of you. Now, moving on, we have our pilots in command. We're nearly there. We have Ailerons into Wind, Oz Flight Simmer, Captain Rudiger, Dangerous Brian, Daza T Arab, HCBR 1100, Annalisa, Kaharia, Kebmo 25, Kingsman 9965, Mad C 888, Mr. Chippy, Scotland Comet Project, Seamus McNeil, Tom LeCrab, Train Williams, Warhamster, Wayne Butler, Wayne Prefontaine, Soaring AJ, Blair Voyage, Captain Butters, IB Proof in 007, and Jeppeson2001. My guys, my dudes and dudettes. Thank you all very, very much indeed. Legendises. And finally we have this mad lot of mad people. Our wing commanders, a huge shout out to Alison Johnson, Andy Brown, Colonel Fork 85, Gibbo Ireland, Old Veteran 965, and Coley 205. Thank you all so very, very, very much, guys. Your generosity is incredible. And I thank you so very, very much indeed. Hey, Joey Bolo's in the house. How are you, my dude? You should check out Joey Bolo 77's Twitch channel. The man does amazing streaming. I rambled over there a while ago. Joey Bolo, it is great to see you, my guy. Annalisa saying sláinte. Sláinte. That's what we say over here. We go sláinte. It's like cheers. Even though sláinte means kind of goodbye. It makes total sense. Look at this. Islanders and Thunderflies. It's Broken Arrow. Broken Arrow. Do you remember Broken Arrow? Oh no, it was called Broken Arrow, wasn't it? Like John Travolta. Yup. Captain Sickbag says, yup. And then Murph goes, yup. Yeah, do you remember, wasn't that the one with John Travolta? Broken Arrow. And Christian Slater. Wait, was it? I've lost my mouse. Come back to me. Oh, here it is. Got a fright there. So the mad scenery we were flying over, by the way, it's known as the West Mcdonnell National Park. It's a national park in the Northern Territory of Australia, due west of Alice Springs. Alice? Who was Alice? It was established... Huh? Oh yeah, the park was established in 1992. It covers an area of about 2,500 kilometres, square kilometres that is. The park is known as... Is it... Tiarita? By the traditional owners of the land and considered a great significance in the local Aboriginal culture. It is home of several species of flora and fauna and is now utilised by people for a variety of recreational activities. The park encompasses an ancient landscape sculpted over time by climatic events and is also the refuge for rare and threatened plants as well as wildlife, including the very uncommon bird species such as the peregrine falcon. Mount Sonder is the highest point in the range. It marks the western end of the Larapinta Trail, a 231-kilometre walking trail that extends from Alice Springs. Isn't that mad? Joey says, thanks for the shout out, Murph. Love all yous. Not at all. Not at all, my guy. Loved your stream. That was like, it's like 2 weeks ago, I think, since I've been last there. Because, you know, timeage, man, timeage. But I will 100% jump back and catch you for another stream soon, my dude. Now, we're getting on well. We're nearly there. Isn't that good news? So, but do we have time? Let me see. ETA to this place. We don't have time yet. So once we get landed, we're going to continue on in this aircraft because I'm kind of liking it. It flies beautifully. And we're in the brand new Black Box Simulations BN2 Islander from Britain Norman, also known as the Defender, when it came to the military variant of it. So I think we'll do the first leg in this Mahaki, and then we're going to pick the military variant to fly us down to Uluru. There's loads of spiders. Yeah, wouldn't be a fan then. We'll stay up here. Do you remember we went to Corsica and all the talk of spiders? That was terrifying. So yeah, we've quite a bit of news to go through as well. And you still have to remind me to remind you to remind me to show you something. Very important. We've lots to do. So we'll do the news once we get landed. Because there's quite a bit of news this week in the flight simulator world. And then I have to show you the other thing, which is absolutely incredible. So are we liking the... hang on. Are we liking this part of the show?
1850 71.
Look at that for a break! Ah, lads, you timed that absolutely epically well.
1850 715 815.
Hello, good afternoon. You're very welcome to the Murphline. Are you liking that part of I think it's great fun. So unofficially we had Warhamster, but we'll have to get Warhamster back on. We had Annalisa last week and now Jeppeson2001 this week. Who will be next week? Tune in at the same time, same channel. All shall be revealed. But yes, that plane is okay too. That's a sweet hunk of metal. The plane is okay too. Oh dear. Musefan says, I actually thought that was Joe. No, I even had to record the intro. 1850 715 815. And then when I did the hello, good afternoon, you're very welcome to the Murphline, I edited the sound and the... You don't want to know the egetry I get up to. Egetry. Egetage or egetry? For that is the question. But the beard is growing at a rate of knots. I was doing Zoom meetings in work today. I was in my office, but I was doing Zoom meetings. And people that haven't seen me for a while, they're like, Murphy, what's the, you know? I said, what are you talking about? I shaved this morning. I wish. It's brilliant and it's probably Egypt-age, says Annalisa. Kingsman says, yeah, it's good. Okay, cool. Ken Lafford says, I've gotten a new pair of spider silk trousers. They're good, but the fly keeps getting stuck. Keen Lafford, we'll give it to you. Mr. Two-Tone says, I like the beard though. Okay. Now, we need to land here. What's the runways, Murph? Oh, look. There is no runways. It's just like, do you know what I mean? I'll show you here in the map. Look. That's where we're landing. So we need to fly over the airport. And we're going to land this way, on this side here. There are no numbers. If I give it a rough direction, I would say it is runway 13. Let's see. Runway 12. I was so close with me guessery. So we're going to go with runway 12 for the win. Runway 12. Yes. Close that. Go. Flight plan. Click on this. Select runway. And we're going to go with... Oh, it doesn't know. Look. That's okay. Runway 12 for the win. That's where we're headed. You told your boss I made you grow a beard, Murph. You have to keep it now. A line in the sand. Literally. Zoom meetings. Oh, so glad my work laptop has a privacy shield and none demands to see my face. Oh, no one demands to see my face. Oh, nice. Yeah, I should have done that. You cannot see my face. I'm the invisible man. That was a tune as well, wasn't it? That was a Queen. I'm the invisible man. So incredible how you can. I mean, I can See right through you, or was it see right through me? I can't remember the lyrics. Do you remember the song The Invisible Man? Of course you do. Do you remember the movie The Invisible Man, the old one? There wasn't much to see. Did you see what he did? Exponent Madge is here, or Mage 40. Is this the black box BN2? Yes, it is, my dude. We're taking out for a test flight. I'll increase the sound of the sound. It sounds decent. It does sound decent. Wonder how we're going for how are we going on fuel? That's fuel pressure. I'm sure we have fuel flow. Okay. Fuel. No, that's RPM. We've loads of fuel. That was the RPM gauge, Murph. Here's fuel. Oh, it's kind of thirsty, this thing. The range wouldn't be fantastic, would it? It's a decent sound, says Annalisa. Tis good. Invisible Man. I don't know what people saw in that movie. Oh yeah. I see what you did there. That was pretty good. Okay, so let's have a look at it now. The max RPM is 2700. Max cylinder head temperature is 500 Fahrenheit. Oil temperature and oil pressure. So let's look at the numbers. So our RPM, according to the gauge, we're on rental mode. We're still on the green, but just barely. And if we look at our temperatures, we're at 400 cylinder head, oil pressure just below 90, and oil temperature 210. Maximum oil temperature 245 Fahrenheit. Maximum oil temperature, the gauges only go to 260. $245. Right, okay, they're correct. Excellente. So we're nearly there. We're going to be landing in about 2 or 3 minutes. And as I said, well, we're going to be having a bit of a yap with the news. So the airport in which we're going to land at, right, it is called, are you ready? Pass Bluff Airport. I have literally no information about this place. It's just a place. I'm sure someone gave it a name. Pass Bluff. It's almost like a pretend airport. But it's like a bush kind of a landing place. A buddy of mine used to... Whoa, thunder flies. A buddy of mine... he used to live in Australia, and he went working there, and he was telling me he was right in the middle, you know, on a farm, and he said that they had to use aircraft to kind of herd the cows and stuff like that because it was so vast. So you know, the ranch owner, the farmer, the main dude, he'd go up in the plane or the helicopter and he'd be able to radio down to the guys on motorbikes what paddocks or fields or whatever the cows were in. But he used to say they used to fly their mail out to them once a week, and the nearest shop was a 4-hour drive. There were 4 hours driving time from the nearest convenience store. And that was only like a small convenience store. This place is massive. The Outback, it's just massive. Beyond belief. Isn't it a very pretty looking plane? Do you know what I mean? I don't see many people flying with us. I don't know, are they ahead of us, behind us, or did they jump a server? It's kind of weird, isn't it? Maybe they all went ahead of us. Will we do another count? Because I'm getting kind of, do you know what I mean? I'm all alone. There's some people here, but not many. So we'll do this again. If you're flying along with us, well, do now press the number 2 into the chat. There's people here somewhere. It's very, very quiet. We're all circling. They've all landed. They're probably waiting there for me. Wait for me. We're nearly there. They're going to run out of fuel. Velbro says, does already landed count? Draco says, I'm above and behind you, Murph, and a bunch in front of you. They're out there somewhere. But the good news is we're close. Look at the state of this for scenery. Isn't this place only amazing? Nightsep with the informationage. Excellent. Hey, Mr. Chippy is here. Good to see you. He says they're all at the bar already. Nightsep says Haas Bluff, also known as Ikunji, is an indigenous Australian community in Central Australia, a region of the Northern Territory. The community is located in the Mcdonnell Shire local government area of 227 kilometres west of Alice Springs. At the 2006 census, the community, including outstations, had a population of 207. So this is literally going to be the biggest thing the simulated village is ever going to see in the history of all things in simulated history. Annalisa has gifted a tier 1 sub to the one and only Cian Lafford. Annalisa, thank you so very, very much indeed. Cian Lafford, there is strong support for you, my dude. That's only 5 days to Eurovision. What night is that on then? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's on Monday or Sunday? We can't have our official counter without his badge. I know. Wear it like armour, my dude. Wear it like armour. That's crazy, isn't it? Oh, it's on Tuesday. Thunderflies. How do they do what they do? Hang on, we'll do this thing now because they're, do you know what I mean? They're toying with my emotions right now. Right, Murph, we've got this. The Thunderflies from Australia. Look at the amount of them tonight. The stage of me camera work. God almighty. Look at the state of that. Go on, the lads. Don't act like you're not. They're so hot right now. I mean, look at the state of this. How do they do it? And their numbers grow. It's fantastic to see. And as I said, guys, if you missed it the other day, be sure to ramble over to our Discord. You can jump into a voice channel with the guys. And, well, you're more than welcome to go flying with them. The only thing they'll ask, maybe don't go up to, like, the front couple of aircraft when the lads are training. But if you try and follow them, and don't worry about getting it wrong, like, it's grand. Do you know? But if you try and follow them, you'll start learning the routines, especially when you're listening to them. Do you know what I mean? Walton says, I heard they could make a Kessel run in less than 10 parsecs. They're absolutely incredible, guys. Hats off to you. Amazing stuff. Oh, God, we're gone awful wrong. Oh, we're over the airport. Hang on. Steady now. Steady. Oh, there it is there. Look. Autopilot off. All right. Face cam on for the dramatic effect as we're going to try and give this a landing. So, excuse me. So our plan here is, well, I'm going to land. Well, try. I haven't landed this machine yet. And well, once I get landed, we'll watch you guys land. Then I'll restart the sim and we'll go through the news. The news! And then we're going to head down to Uluru. Uluru! This is going to be fun. Oh, we know. We call them the Thunderflies. Isn't it a real case of that? Some say their genius disrupts gravity. And that they only wear socks outside their shoes. For all we know, they're called the Thunderflies. Hey, Ibuprofen is in the house. Good to see you, Kendra. Happy Wednesday. Now, let's see. It's almost like camouflage, the orange, isn't it? It's like being on Mars. Only not. We're in Australia. Right, so we'll circle back. We're looking for the runway. We need some Jeremy Clarkson to do us some voiceovers. Jeremy, who starts up here and goes a little bit over there. Yeah, I need to learn how to do his voice. My genius. He's an amazing voice. Does Jeremy Clarkson. We'll get him on someday to do that. If anyone knows Jeremy Clarkson, Jeremy, me owl flower, would you mind doing an owl voiceover for us? Some say. We'll get you to do a couple of weird sentences, and then you can say, for all we know, they're called the Thunderflies. Do you know what I mean? Give it some power! Yeah. You know, follow me! Don't follow me! They're all Clarkson-isms. And look at the state of that. Who Katie UK did say to me the last time, he didn't come up with it. Which is fair enough. But he kind of mastered it. Hatsbluff has a plentiful groundwater source with marginal quality water, which is disinfected with sodium hypochlorite and monitored monthly by microbes. Houses and buildings at Hatsbluffs are fitted with private septic systems. Ooh. Speed and power! Aaron says, don't see you, Murph. Unless you have this plane, I could be the invisible man. Incredible how you can see music. The power of the black box is hang on. That's the power of the black box. It brings us to other planets. Give us say something, then pause for 3 seconds. Oh, yeah, that's how he does it. This is the most remote airport in the world. Yeah, that works. That absolutely works. Gibbo knows how to do it. That's brilliant. This is the greatest community in the world. See, it works. It absolutely works. Right, we need to land this machine here. Runway in sight. Look, we lose this. Look at that for the view. Anyway, that's not important. You lost it. Oh, there it is. Okay, bring our speed back. Not your flapperoonies. Yeah, so get on to Jeremy Clarkson there. Just ask him. Do you know, if he has a couple of minutes, would he do a few voiceovers? Oh, there's someone in that thing. Seneca. And I'm like totally raining on the parade. This looks like my kind of plane. It's nice, Mr. Chippy. It flies really, really well. There's one or two things with the textures. I'd like to see some improvements over time to hand fly it. This is really, really nice. Now, our very first landing in this machine. Landing rate of 116 or 100. Yeah, we'll take it. And we're down. Murphy says everything that's put in front of him. Colonel Fork says, I'm Two-Tone Murphy, and I just landed. Why do I still fall for this? What do I be doing? Like, How long am I doing this gig for? And I still say, oh, here's a message, I better read it. And then halfway during it, I realise you're being made a fool of, and then I still do it? Oh, God almighty. Now, we'll turn on the nameplates so we can see who's actually coming into land, which is important. Otherwise, it was just like, oh, and here's a plane we haven't seen before. Oh, God, turn off the... Now. Asobo, you need to fix that bug when you hit the pause button. Oh, no, yeah, you go out to the menu. Oh, hang on a second. Is there anyone else left to land? Look at everyone all lined up, look. Do you know what I mean? The noise of that. Hang on. I'm all alone. There's no one here. Ah, there's someone! Go on, Flight Sergeant Jedivilia. We were waiting just for you. Hang on. Now we can play some music because there's someone landing. The shame! Even if it's going to be one landing, it's going to be worth it. Look how red the place is. Do you know what I mean? It'll be a one-hit landing, that's it. Someone tuning into the channel for one time, they're like, this Murphy guy, he's got one person flying. Everyone went to the bar and there was many packets of scampi fries because, oh, scampi fries! Couple of pints, couple of packets of scampi, maybe some peanuts. Ah, bring back the pubs. Ah, Catbat! Good man, Catbat. I knew I could depend on Catbat 9. For there he comes for his landing. Ah, Sydney Mario is here as well. Fantastic. Ah, sure, look at, here's Andrew Hill. It's kicking off now, lads. There's actually people landing. It's fantastic. Go on the Battle 9, cats. There's Baron in the chopper. Get to the chopper now. He's in the chopper. He got to the chopper. Then. Looks like a good read. It's, well, it's red. Jacko RPG is down. Mr. Chippy says, have you seen Alison's cat bat? It's adorable. I saw the picture, the photo of a cat dressed like a bat on Alison's table. That's kind of weird. I wonder how cat bat cat is. Cat bat's cat. That's how you say it, Murphy. English, you're good at it. Here come the Thunderflies, Gordon Wombat, Steve Solo, HCBR, Skydive Man. Dennis G is there as well. They're so hot right now. Absolutely incredible, aren't they? Oh look, there's our wolf. In the island. Look at that for a butter smooth landing that almost went terribly wrong. But he recovered. Hang on. I hear that noise, heralding the imminent arrival of a Blériot from Lowpox Max. Look at that! What is that doing here? I think Lowpox has the most amount of hours in that machine, in the history of that machine. And he probably hasn't flown very, very far, God love him. Do you know, for it takes, you know, many weeks to get there. There was drama. We were flying past your Murph and three of us were bingo fuel. We were sorting that out and then you started following us with the camera. The pressure was on and then I left my cider too close to my joystick. I knocked it over on the way down. Oh no! Oh, hang on, this is important. This is very important because like this sounds like an absolute disaster. So first and foremost, because you spilled your drink, and secondly, because you really spilled it. But I think because such a terrible thing has happened, I would ask now, hang on.
I would ask now for a moment's silence as we bid farewell to Warhamster's cider.
I don't care how immature I am. That's hilarious. It's just so funny. Right. I laugh at my own jokes, but you're like, what do you expect? It's me, man. It's me. So what we're going to do, a bit of this with a bit of this. Ooh. So, change the scenery. Whoosh. Welcome, friends, to this screen. So I'm going to restart the simulator in the background, right? Now, it's all happening now. We're going to fly the military variant of the Defender. The Defender 4000. Hey, Jack is here. He says, London Controller Army. Good to see you, my dude. You're very welcome aboard. Want some more beans, Mr. Taggart? Oh. Laughing at farts, says Keen. We've come a long way. We like to keep things real. Do you know what I'm saying? It's important. Jackafone says, first time tuning in here, what's poppin'? Well, there was a noise. I played again. Maybe you didn't ramble in. Maybe you didn't hear it. Hang on. We had a sound effect. Hang on.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
I need to jump over here. I need to jump over here. Can we hear me? Yeah, we can hear me again. Right, I'll go to this screen. Because it's only me and it's tiny. Why is that like button coming up? This silly thing. Hang on. Hang on. Buttons, Murph, buttons. Okay, hang on.
Time to pull the big switch, good buddy.
Holy moly. Does that work? Okay. Can you hear me now? London Controller! Holy moly! He's raiding the party with a whole load of people. I'm trying to mess with the voice mod because I did a sound effect earlier. I need to see if it works again. This is important, lads. Hang on. We'll try it again.
Hello? Hello. So, we were here, using this voice, and then, towards the end of the conversation, the silence broken by an important sound. Just as London Controller entered the building, this sound instantly followed.
It makes no sense, I know. God almighty, what's happening? London Controller, welcome aboard, my dude. Thank you so very, very much for the subscription. Hello to one and all of the mad lads from London Controller stream. I'm just rebooting the sim. We're flying in the just released Black Box Simulations BN2 Islander. It's just after coming out, and we're here, of course, in Microsoft Flight Simulator. But it's loading up in the background. So I promise you, it'll come on the screen now in a minute. Do you know what I mean? But I hope you guys had a fantastic stream. Oh, it's a busy night, isn't it? It's Wednesday. What's going on? It's just gone nuts. I've been trying to grow a beard. I don't usually look this hot. Right. Do you know what I mean? I was told if you hold your ears and your nose and close your eyes and try to breathe out, the beardage grows fast. That's what I've been told. But London Controller, thank you so very much, my dude, for the continued support. Twitch says, is it available in Microsoft Store yet? No, dude, it's over in it's over on the Black Box Simulations website. It's €25, which isn't bad. I'll give you a look at it. It's from the texture work, the external is beautiful. It's nice. It flies really well. Hand flying it especially works really well. There's one or two of the internal textures that are kind of like Hello Minecraft, a little bit, but it's not too bad. Do you know what I mean? And I think the price is on point. Guys, thank you so much for all the follows, men and peoples. Would it be study level? No, dude, no. It's so far it's doing what it should do in terms of it's holding the correct temperatures. The starter procedure and logic seems to be there. From turning on and off the fuel tanks and getting the prop RPM. So far it's not too bad. But it's just really nice to hand fly, and it looks fantastic. Like I was always a fan of the Islander. because, well, they flew them here in Ireland and they fly them in England, do you know? But it is interesting. So once the sim does its thing here, it's going to load up, and I'll show you what it looks like in the hangarage, or the hangar. You know what I mean? Because it comes with, I think it's 3 different variants, I think. But there's the military variant and then the civilian one. Do you know, it's pretty cool. It's pretty nice now, so it is. Now, we've other kind of stuff here in the background to be doing. I have a mad song to play, but I'll play that in a while. Oh, we'll play kind of chill out music, will we? Just to kind of calm it all down. Do you know what I mean? We don't have S Club 7 here, that's the only thing. I wish I had. Jamie got that song. Nearly said another word there. He got that song caught in me head all day. The last time he played it. I was going into work. I've got something to do. And people are looking at me going, what are you doing? I was like, song, S Club for the win. Very, very sad. Johnny Aardvark says, skydives out of a few BN Islanders, so I'm keen. Oh, nice. Is it worth a buy then? Let me show you a bit more of it. I think it's I think it's nice. Do you know, it flies really, really well. It looks quite well. And I think in, a few more updates or patches, it's going to be really, really good. Black Box Simulations are the same guys who gave us the L19 Bird Dog. And that's been updated 4 or 5 times since it was released. So they're working away at it, you know. So we shall see. As a Dane, your accent sounds freaking amazing. Gotta love the Irish. Well, thank you so very much indeed. Sky Bommel, many thanks for the follow. If I missed you in the follow, or if I've missed you in the chat, well, just shout at me again. Because I like to read out everything. Do you know? The Shame Murph S Club. Listen, S Club 7 for the win. That should have been like our wedding song. Here's some trivia. Can you guess what Murphy's wedding song to Mrs. Two-Tone Murphy's wedding song was? What did we sing? Wait, we didn't sing. What did we listen to? That made more sense. And I do read everything out. I'm like Ron Burgundy. I'm Ron Burgundy. I'll read the teleprompter. Hang on. And me Uncle Mike. So, here we are. Ooh. I'll hide me there, because do you know what I mean? Murph, get your big head out of the way. I will, relax. Right, so, this be it. In all its glory. That's like belly cam. So we'll have a look. So we have the, this is the Black Box Simulations one. It comes with a number of different liveries, which look very nice. That's a Skybus. Mr. Tucson says, do you actually know what our wedding song was? Yes. Highway to... Walton's your legend. Was it Highway to Hell? Ooh. That's got 2 tickets. No, it hasn't. That's got 1 ticket. No return to the doghouse. Anyway, check out this one. This is the Air Force variant. Look at the nose on it. It received a nose job. Highway to Hell. It looks nice, doesn't it? I think it's nice. It looks... Well, we're going to use this one now. We're going to fly in this one down to the next spot. But it's cool because it's a livery that changes the model. I like that. Do you know what I mean? I think there's a cargo variant in here. Is it this one? Let's see. Hang on. No, there's many seats in that. I thought I saw a cargo variant. But it comes with a ton of different liveries, which is great. Oh, look, it has the Bond one. Asher, come here, look. Would you look at the state of this? Bond. Polly Bond. I'm here to fill the crack. James Bond, look. Ooh. And let's do with this. Oh, look at that. Didn't they crash this one? Was it Another One Bites the Dust by Queen? Mr. Chippy? No. Murphy picked our wedding song. It was a song written and performed by the Waterboys. Hey, Waterboy. Not that Waterboy. They were an Irish band. And the song was called The Whole of the Moon. The whole of the moon. That's pretty cool looking, isn't it? So yes, right, so we're going to go flying. And if you guys have just arrived here from the very awesomely sound London Controller stream, if you want to go flying with us, you guys are more than welcome. We're flying down under. We're in Australia. And we're going to be on the North Europe server. My only request, it's got to be GA all the way. Is there parking here, Murph? That's the next thing. Uh-oh, there's no parking here. So we're going to start on the runway like a mad lad. Over this way. And we're flying down to a place called Uluru. So we're going to be stopping in Ayers Rock, set as arrival. But we want to add Uluru as our... Do you know what I mean? And we're going to change the time of day here. Ooh. And we're going to go for the military variant, which is Malta. They're a long way from home, but sure, look, they'll be fine. Let's give it a bash. Batista blew a hole in it with a hand cannon. I remember Batista was in that. Am I running VATSIM? Not tonight, no. The odd time we'll jump onto VATSIM, do you know? But, yeah. Okay, reminded me of the song by Men at Work called Down Under. That is an absolute tune. I come from a land down under. Do you remember it? Yes. Hey, Sim Aviation is in the house. Good to see you, my dude. Okay, so I've done the noob thing. I've started with the engines running because, do you know what I mean? So we'll just do, nothing to see here. Yes, yes, yes. And just do this and, yes, yes. Put that there and, well, we'll go and shoot it down. As was our want. So, as I said, this is the Islander. So I'll give you guys some, we'll show you what it looks like and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Because it is pretty. It's so pretty. Oh, we need to turn off the nameplates as well, look. Otherwise, it just breaks immersion. It looks so fake, just floating nameplates. Do you know? Right, so. Look at the state of it. This is nice. This is nice. Look at this. So the civilian variants of it, the texture work was a real shiny PBR. It was beautiful. This is obviously, the military variant. It won't be as shiny, which makes total sense. But it's kind of nice. Now, as a military variant, let's just kind of... In we go. That was easy, wasn't it? Oh, look! That's clever. She's sitting on... It's Katie UK is now sitting behind us and she has her own sat-nav device thingy. That's kind of cool, isn't it? That's kind of cool. They replaced the seats and they put in a computer. Looks like the really old Windows ones. Windows 95. Or Windows before it. That's pretty cool. And then we have this radar dome thingamajiggy at the front of the nose. Yeah, this is kind of nice. It looks nice, isn't it? So Katie can tell Murph that he's going the wrong way. Probably. Now, let me see. Ali says she's checking the stock levels for crisps and chocolate. I know, right? With a very low pixel aspect, yeah. Harpic55 is here, says the Water Boys were a UK-Irish male vocal instrument group. Oh, yeah, they were amazing. Check it out, The Whole of the Moon. You saw The Whole of the Moon. That's what it was called. Right, so to get this machine started, you can see from the textures. Now, I do like, by changing to the military variant, they've given us now a black panel, or a darker panel, which I approve. It's nice. And what's interesting here, it doesn't have the conventional click on the yoke to disappear. There's little switches behind it, look. Ooh. So you can disappear from the little switch, which is handy. So, well, our battery, all that appears to be on. So that's grand. So we'll get our doors closed. There's a couple of things that could probably do with an update in here. The textures are like, meh. There's no difference between the sound of the windows or doors open versus the internal sounds or the external sounds. I'm sure they're going to work on that. But wait till you hear this thing power up, right? So let's see where we're at. So all our mags are on, our fuel valves are on. Put our fuel tanks on, Murph. I think that's right. I think that's how they go. And we need some lightage. So we're going to put our nav lights and our beacon light is on here as well. Right, so with that said, we're going to go for the right-hand side. So fuel pump on. And we're going to go for a start on the right. Are we ready? Let's do this thing. Ooh. It's alive. It's alive. 40 Gumble says, Murph, I missed the flight for the most part. What do you think of the flight model? Very good. Excellent, in fact. It flies really, really nice. Right, so we'll turn off the fuel pump to the right-hand side. We'll now go for the left-hand side. And we're going to give this one a start. Now, if I do this right, we should be able to get a view of the engine as I turn the little switch. Are we ready? Can you see it? Ooh. We're up and running. Close the starter button, turn off the fuel pump. All looks well. We're finishing up here now for the moment. We need to come down here. And down here. But we'll just turn on all our lights because we're impatient. Peter, we'll turn it all on for the crack. And we'll turn back on our yokage. So we're going to hit the D and B key to reset our direction and barrow, as was our want. And, well, if we want to have a look at the route where we're going, I'm using ForeFlight here on the side. So with ForeFlight, we're going to do a departure, which is, it's all VFR because the weather is fantastic. So we're going to depart here out of Haas Bluff, and we're going to ramble all the way down across this place here. All the way down, nothing to see here except for, like, you know, it looks like Mars, and it's down to Uluru, or Ayers Rock, as they call it. Do you know? So that's what we're going to do. So we got a solid lock on prime. That'll be us here at the airport, and we're going to depart from this side. Now, remember, you had to remind me to remind you. So there's two things I need to show you, right? I just need to figure it out. So if I go into this, now let's see. This is important, right? This is important. Bear with me now. There's buttons being pressed here at a scale of, do you know what I mean? Now, let's see. Put that over. Does that work? Put that over here. There we go. Yes. And now, what I need to do is this. Window capture. Yes. And, well. Which altitude are we going for? Our current altitude here is at 2,287 feet. That's the elevation, so we'll probably go for 3.5 maybe. We'll probably have to climb over some of the ridges along the way, but then the ground totally flattens, so it'll be great. Now, let me see. I need to find a Firefox. I think it's this one. Which it is. Right, guys, check this out, right? Oh, I'm going to play some music, because this is just... Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So. Disappear me. The legend that is Gibbo Ireland. Well, he's only gone and updated the Two-Tone Murphy website. Well, just look at the state of it. Point to note, if you go to where it says The Thunderflies. Hang on. What is this? Would you look at the state of this? So the Thunderflies, their own page over on our website is now live. If you go to twotonemurphy.com/Thunderflies, it'll bring you to here. That's not all. Check this out. Who are the Thunderflies? What? Would you look at the state of this? Then we have training with the Thunderflies. Frozen made this video. This is class. This is all the handiwork of our very own Gibbo Ireland, who has put countless hours into creating this for us. Gibbo Ireland, my dude. Epic legendary status has been achieved. Thank you so very much indeed for all this, my dude. As we ramble down, we have merch, the shameless merch. We have the gallery to show, well, pictures. We have airshow highlights from April, which was the flight of the Bremen. And we have the airshow highlights from VE Day. But wait, there's more. Meet the Thunderflies. What? They're so hot right now. Their own bio page. You can read all about them. You know, what favourite socks they wear and underwear dimensions. There's loads of things you can do in here. So it's really, really cool. Be sure to read it up. We featured the 7 Thunderflies, as you can see them. Sorry, the 8 Thunderflies. I forgot Hammy. That's terrible. I nearly forgot Hammy. Isn't this amazing, lads? This mug ordered a mug. Many thanks. But isn't this amazing? To my knowledge, the Thunderflies are the first Microsoft Flight Sim aerobatic display team. And if they're not the first, they are one of the first. Do you know what I mean? But look at all this that Gibbo did. Doesn't it look fantastic? So be sure to ramble over, give it a read. It is very interesting. twotonemurphy.com/Thunderflies, or just go to twotonemurphy.com, because we have other stuff here. Gibbo did the entire site, by the way. He built this. He just appeared it. Look at this. Look. There's stuff that moves. We do, here's the Route 66 thingy. And a big shout out to Alison Johnson, who helps us putting up all the flight plans. We also have an electronic flight plan. Look at this. You can type in the ICAO code, get a METAR, or you can actually get some charts as well. That's bananas. Then we have introducing the Thunderflies. Isn't that cool? So when will there be a Thunderflies flight helmet in the shop? Oh, soon, my dude, soon. And then we have all the videos of what we do here in the streams, all the different ones we've done. And for example, if you say, oh, they went to India. Well, if you click on India, it'll bring you to the YouTube page. But you can also then find out all the flight plans, right? So if you want to say, well, where are the flight plans? Click on download flight plans. And here's every flight we've done. Every single flight we've done, they're all there. Every single flight we did on the streams, they're all there. So you can click on them, go back to the flight plan, and there it is. Not only that, check this stuff out. So Mr. Chippy, who's a genius, created Two-Tone Murphy Bingo. So if you're not able to fly with us in the sim, well, come over here and play Two-Tone Murphy Bingo. And when I say something, stupid, usually when I do, you know what I mean? Like the logs. Well, you click on it. Or ooh and ah. Or would you look at the state of that? You get the idea. Do you know what I mean? And then you just put it into the chat and you say, bingo! And you win a prize. The prize is you get to play it again. What else? We also have a downloads page. What? You can download custom scenery. This was made by Epic Fool. We have various aircraft liveries from the fantastically skilled Sir Blackie a lot. Gibbo Ireland has put in a great one there as well. We have stuff there from hang on, we scroll down, I'll show you. That's one there from Gibbo. We have Jepson did one as well. There's an absolute ton of them. Di Flynn, he's done an absolute heap of them as well. They look absolutely incredible. So they're all free. It's all freeware. And there's also our very own airport here from Jeppeson2001. You can download a free airport, and I'm telling you, it's in exacting detail. It's located in Dublin in Ireland. What else do we have? Well, we have about Two-Tone and, well, who everyone is and what we do. Look at the head and that. Can you believe that's what I put a picture of me up on the internet? What was I thinking? And then we have reviews, and then we have more. We have calendars and links. So if you click on the calendar, this kind of tells you what we get up to, why we get up to it. So if you look at this is here, 8 o'clock, what are we doing? Well, it's the Flying Circus. That's us. And you can click on the link, and away you go. And then we say, well, what's happening tomorrow? Well, good old Colonel Fork will be streaming something tomorrow. Isn't that cool? So there's loads of information there, and as I said, Gibbo has done so much work designing this, figuring it all out for us, and getting it to work. It's absolutely incredible. So a huge shout out to Gibbo Ireland for all his help on this. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And I thank him very, very much indeed. Isn't that absolutely bonkers? Isn't it amazing? He's a legend. Legend. We need to find another log location, maybe Machu Picchu. Ooh, absolutely. Forty Gumble says the Simwings project is great. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The Simwings project, be sure to check that one out. There's a link over on our website. Basically, the Simwings project are an organisation that tries to raise funds to provide flight simulator equipment for those who are less fortunate and ordinarily wouldn't be able to purchase a flight sim computer. That's where these guys come in. And they do a number of, charities and events during the year. And, well, there's been a number of recipients of their kindness, and they've given them flight sim equipment. It's nuts. Gibbo says, pleasure, Murph. Special thanks to all the Thunderflies, and especially at Steve Solo UK for the help and input. It's absolutely amazing. Fantastic stuff. Look at Annalisa there with all the bot commands. Go on, Annalisa. She's modding the mod out of it. Now, it's an amazing website, and it's our website, it's our community website. So if you guys have ideas, or if you want certain things to go up there, give us a shout. Let us know. Do you know? Like a hot tub live stream. Just saying. That's how you get it under the radar. You don't upset anyone when you do that. Anyway, that's not important. What is important, well, we're going to do some flying. And once we get airborne, I need to go through the news, because we've loads of news, simulator news, just to keep us kind of up to date and abreast what's going on in the world. So, GPS comes on, that's all grand. Altimeter, or altitude, we're going to set initially to 4,000 feet. Okay? Camaro says, can I get a hot tub? One, please. Thought you were going to say, can I get into the hot tub? I'd be like, whoa! Steady now, Julia. Right. That's what happens when you have the parking brakes on. So we're just going to ramble over here to the runway. Hello, it's a total carnage and gridlock, but that's okay. So we get ourselves lined up. Murphy's Manic Moments. Colonel Fork has done a double whammy.
Sippy, sippy. Oh, I mean, tasty beverage here on a Wednesday evening. Getting to fly here in Australia as he lines up the shot. Really got the spinnies there.
Murphy, slow down the ginnage, will you? Right, are we ready to go? Right, power coming in. Takeoff power set. I nearly forgot how to speak. Airspeed alive. There's 40. There's 50. There be 60. Getting light now. Oopsie daisy. I don't think we landed, but it's okay. Captain Butters just redeemed a sip as well. Can you not, like, tell by the way I'm slurring my words? This isn't a great idea. Many thanks, Captain Butters. Cheers. Old Veteran says, must need to change the gin. It doesn't sound like it goes down too smooth. It does, but I get the mixture wrong. I need to lean it. It's too rich. Do you know what I mean? Feels like I'm breathing fire or something. Fire! It's absolutely bananas. Anyway, so we're doing our thing, we're flying along, and it's time for some tunage, I think. We like the tunage. Do a bit of this. Yeah! So you join us here in Australia. We're flying the brand new BN2 Islander from Black Box Simulations. We're here with the Fireflies and indeed the Thunderflies. Would you look at that for a view? Look at the state of that for a view. It's amazing. The sim is holding up, it's behaving itself. We have some remarkable scenery here in Australia. Oh, beat the hokey. What? MSFS official rating with a party of 154. They were hosting the excellent Coffee House. Welcome, welcome, Raiders. Hope you guys had a fantastic stream. You're very welcome aboard. Coffee House does the best ever Hank Hill impression in the history of people doing a Hank Hill. Delighted for your stream tonight, my dude. You're very welcome aboard. Hello to Jane and everyone over at MSFS Official. We're flying a brand new aircraft tonight, a third-party developer by the name of Black Box Simulations. It is the BN, the Britain-Norman Islander. And we're flying the military variant of it, in the Malta colours. Looks fantastic. And we're having fun here in Australia. We're heading down to Uluru. Ooh, right? Uluru. Or Ayers Rock, as it's known as. Many thanks, guys, for all the follows and buttons and stuff. I hope you're all keeping very well. So we have our Fireflies and Thunderflies with us. You guys are more than welcome to join in. We're flying on the North Europe server. Our only request, well, it's got to be GA all the way. Apart from that, it's grand. So, get ourselves now kind of established at what's happening here. Do you know what I mean? Because we've been giving it socks now for a while. And oh yeah, we've commands. We've a bot. It's called Sir Murphbot. Genius. Sometimes my genius upsets gravity. But if you type in !commands, it'll tell you the general gist of things. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Splasher6 subscribing tier 1 for 3 months in a row, man. What? Many thanks, Splasher6. Ah, Mr. Chippy says, GA stands for Gigantic Airliners, right? No! Annalisa says, Murph, did you need to remind me about anything else? Oh, I'm not quite sure. You were to remind me to remind you to remind me. Who be this? Smithy3600 subscribing with Prime. Smithy, thank you so very, very much indeed, my dude. You're very welcome aboard. So if you're new here, well, we live stream. Well, I live stream, but it's we. There's a group of us. We're called the Fireflies. We live stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 1900 Zulu time. Monday nights are over on YouTube, and Wednesdays and Fridays, they're right here on Twitch. We have an amazing community. As in, like, do you know what I mean? The cat's meow of a community. And, well, we reside over on Discord. I'll put in the link. Ramble over and say hi to us. And, well, we've the Thunderflies flying with us. We were just showing off their website there a few minutes ago. Check this one out. Go over to... I'll put in the link. Website. Oh, look, to see that? Oh, yeah, look. You need to type it into the box. Website. Ramble over to that website. And when you get there, go across to where it says the Thunderflies. Check that stuff out. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing. MSFS official says, such a great website. Right? Isn't it amazing? It was made by our very own Gibbo Ireland. He developed it, put it all together. It was like, I don't know, it was like, it must have been watching a 24-hour non-stop stream of Bob Ross. There were no mistakes. There were just happy little accidents. And he kind of put it all together. It's amazing looking. Absolutely amazing. And yeah, huge hats off to Gibbo Ireland for putting all that together, and the Thunderflies as well. So what we do, right? Well, I think we all do it now. We kind of started the thing, and a word of warning, because I strive to keep these streams family friendly, because I'll be mindful of the little ears. The next song you're going to hear, just to be clear on it, the lyrics are P for Papa, U for uniform, and K for kilo. Puck the car, right? It might sound like something else, but I can assure you it's not. So, here's what we do, right? If you guys are currently flying along with us, well, do now press the number 2 into the chat, and we'll try and get a head count of, well, who's actually here. And while you're at it, let's get some dance emotes. And you have to dance using, you know, your butt and your shoulders only. No arms. And maybe you can bop your head a bit. Dang it, Bobby. Would you look at the state of the scenery? This is all stock scenery. This is Microsoft Flight Sim out of the box. Isn't it amazing? 40 Gumbel says, it's the best non-naughty website. Yeah, baby, yeah. Many thanks for the follow, my dude. Oh, Cy Murray got me with a sip. God almighty, Cy. He kind of just snuck it in there. Ooh. And, well, ooh. Kane Lafford reports 42 plus a Murph and a Terry. Spiffle is here. He said, what's the closest airport from this? We've literally just taken off from Yankee Hotel Alpha Alpha. YHAA. That's probably the closest to us at the moment. We will be passing another airport, Yankee Mike Echo India. We should be passing there in about 10 minutes. Yankee Mike Echo India. That's going to be the next airport. So if you guys want to join in, it's just a big old group flight. We're heading down to Uluru. As I said, our only request, it's got to be GA all the way. So the airliners, or, you know, the jets, well, park them. Right Hander says, I love Australia for how mind-bogglingly huge it is. I know, right? Like, this place is massive. A buddy of mine used to live here and they had to like fly the mail out to him. Absolutely crazy. Kane Lafford says, I actually added this song to my Spotify playlist. Your man was in a rush, wasn't he? He's running late for dinner. Someone put the kettle on. Or Singleton says, Murph, the Firefly is getting an exception to the GA all the way rule. Oh, well, the Thunderflies. The Thunderflies are flying in the MB339. Do you know? Which is amazing. Now, actually, that's what I was supposed to do. You were to remind me to remind you to remind me, right? But we're going to talk a little bit about the news. Well, the simulation news. So, let's see. Current altitude, 5,300 feet. We're kind of good. So we're just going to go on autopilot here for a minute. And, well, we're going to go through the news. Hang on. That's a nice camera angle, isn't it? Oh, you're going to fall out. It gives you that feeling. Do you ever play the sim in VR? And the new Asobo aircraft, the tiny little ultralight? Man. You look out that thing and down at your feet, all sorts of butterflies going off in your stomach. It's like... Whoop. So, the news. We'll quickly get through the news here, right? Because there is stuff happening in the world of the sim. And, well, it's always important for us to cover it. Especially when it comes to the third-party developers. Because, like, well, there's tons of stuff, do you know? So, what we're going to do. We'll do this one first. Now. Hey, Kazaki Flyers in the house. Survived the physician yet again. Spiffle says, what server? We're on the North Europe server, my dude. North Europe. If you type in ! commands, it'll give you a list of all the information you should need. But if you're stuck, just shout. Or the mods will help you out as well. Right, so I need to do the news. And I need to be quick about this. Now, where are we at? Uno momento. So a huge shout out to MSFSaddons.com. They provide us with the information for the news. Now, can we see what's going on? Can we see the screen? These pictures are a little bit blurred, but we shan't worry. So what we have, France VF4 launches 5 French airports for Flight Sim. The developers of France VF4, Scenery and Airports for the territories of France, have released a collection of 5 regional airports for the sim. These are the first airports from France VF4, and they're new to Microsoft Flight Simulator. They come a few months after the studio's first project for Microsoft Flight Sim, Obstacles and VF4 Landmarks. It's an impressive collection of over 500,000 objects and VF4 things in France. It's pretty mad, right? So they've included Lima Foxtrot Romeo Bravo, which is Brest, Brittany. They've included Lima Foxtrot Bravo Delta, which is Bordeaux. Lima Foxtrot Lima Charlie, which is Clermont. Lima Foxtrot Mike Tango, which is Montpellier. And Lima Foxtrot Sierra Tango, which is Strasbourg, Ensheim. 5 airports in one pack. It's pretty cool. Now, that's available for €29.90 from France VF4. Do have a look at it. You're getting 5 airports for €30. That's pretty cool. They've done a lot of great work in the past. Absolutely. Absolutely. Moving on. See, I'm telling you, there's no worry. We're getting through this at a rate of knots. Did you see what I did there? Rate of knots. Now, Scenery 2, Murph. Yes. Now, this stuff. Oohs and ahs. From our friends over at Orbex. New Zealand Mesh by Orbex has just been released over on the Orbex platform. Basically what they've done is the first product made with their new proprietary approach for custom terrain for Microsoft Flight Sim. Created from carefully blended high-resolution DEM data, New Zealand Mesh is a 100% self-contained product with no change made, the default mesh, or any other files. Many thanks for the follow, my dude. When installed, New Zealand Mesh takes up only 523 megabytes of hard drive space and comes in at 10 meter resolution. You'll see from the pictures they have before and after shots, but as stunning as the scenery is in New Zealand in Microsoft Flight Sim, in the default hack of it, yeah? Well, this kind of just cranks the little bar up to 11 because it makes things a little bit more a little bit taller and a little bit more kind of pronounced. So in terms of add-ons go, we'll probably take a look at this on Friday night for our group bush flight. We're going to go flying in New Zealand. The last time I was there, well, I died. I crashed into the ground. So who knows what will happen this Friday. But you can pick it up now from Orbex. It's for €10.27 or $12.45 or £8.81. So New Zealand mesh, lads, it's going to be absolutely crazy. Do you know what I mean? Now, we need to move along. We've more things to talk about and stuff, so we need to press another button. Button, Murph, button. Oh, we'll go with this one. Yeah. Are you feeling it? I've lost my mouse again. Oh, wait, I found it. So, need to press more buttons. This is highly sophisticated, high-quality stream here, lads. Now, the news. Yes, it's called the news. Aircraft. We're going to talk about some aircraft. What? Check this out. I need to resize it, and I don't use preview mode like a champ. I feel like I'm Brian Dobson on RTE. Hang on, we're getting there. It's almost like I'm teasing the picture. There we are. There we got there in the end. Look at the state of this. So, Just Flight have teased a new Piper for Microsoft Flight Sim. It is of the Warrior 2. The Arrow 3 is easily the best general aviation airplane in Flight Sim right now. That's not a touchy subject, but it's a perfect blend of realism, depth and aesthetics that have raised the bar for future aircraft in this genre. Its most powerful siblings, the Turbo Arrow, are just around the corner from being released, and they're also working on the Hawk. In addition, from Just Flight, they've just announced the Warrior, which is based on the Cherokee, for Microsoft Flight Sim. The developers took to their social media to share a single shot of the new Warrior in the beautiful BOAC colours, and equipped with wheel fairings, it certainly looks the part. This is an airplane that will certainly bring fond memories to many pilots who learn to fly in it. It includes many who have flown the specific aircraft depicted by Just Flight, the Golf Sierra India X-Ray Tango, or 6th. I've had this in X-Plane. This is really, really nice. Just Flight know what they're doing. So that's currently being cooked up as well from Just Flight. And they're talking about bringing a twin prop machine into the fold as well. Do you know what I mean? So it's all kicking off. Now we've other stuff. We'll play this one now, look. We're nearly there now, lads. Telling you. The suspense, where would you get it? Frugal and like Odds Flight are saying, Murph, you're cheating. We have to make videos of this thing. You're just kind of just throwing them out there. Oh, look at the tiny picture. So we all know about Milviz. Milviz? Look at the Thunderflies up the screen. You can't, I'm after blocking them. We'll have a look at them in a sec. Well, Milviz released the picture quality isn't great there, but we'll deal with it. We'll work through the pixelated horror. Milviz, we know, released the Corsair for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and they also had quite a bit to do with the T-45 Goshawk. This one is, of course, the Cessna 310R from Milviz, and it's coming this summer, with the GTN 750 support is planned for it as well. So after the recent release of the Milviz FG1D Corsair for Flight Sim, everyone is stirred about the studio's next release. Everything was pointing to the Cessna 310 to be coming out next, but the developers have recently shared some not so great news. It's a bit delayed. You see, Milviz creates high-quality airplanes, both in terms of the visuals, but also on a system simulation level. The Corsair was a great example of that. And they intend to continue that trend with their products for Microsoft Flight Sim. With that in mind, the team recently realised that the model and textures of the 310 were in need of a significant overhaul for Microsoft Flight Sim, and decided to postpone the project until sometime this summer, something that, in fact, isn't too far off. It's May already, like. You may remember that the first teaser images didn't look great indeed, which was normal at such an early stage of development. So it's kind of encouraging to say that they're working on an airplane and they're kind of saying it's not ready yet. Because, you know, there was a couple of complaints about maybe the Corsair. I still love it, but don't take it out of the oven until it's ready. Do you know what I mean? Just leave it in there. We want it, like, well done. Medium rare is no good. Char this thing. Well done. So it is a brave decision from a dev to say, no, I'm going to wait. Do you know what I mean? Now, in other news, for which we have lots of other news, there's more stuff here. I need to find it though. Hang on. We're nearly there as well. We're getting through it, lads. Add directory. It tends to be Wednesday, there's lots of news. Oh look, I'm doing this thing again. What's it going to look like? What's it going to be? Does anybody know? Ooh. Now, that looks familiar. So, the F-15 has been updated to go... the F-15 updates are complete now, except one tiny but hugely frustrating bug causing the nose wheel animation to skip. So, this is the DC design F-15. It was released... F-15, yeah, it was released by Just Flight. They kind of published it. So, as a result of this, the F-15 update will appear next week instead, as I'm hoping to find a way around the bug, says the developer. Which isn't it's not a big to-do. So with the F-15 updates otherwise complete, work continues on the Stearman to prepare it for launch, and they're also working on the F-14 Tomcat. They've mentioned that they're going to be doing an F-18, and they've mentioned also, I think, the Lightning. It released this morning. Thank you, Colonel Fork. It released this morning. So yeah, DC Designs, that's the one. And it was released through Just Flight. So the F-15 has gotten a patch. I'll find the release notes for you on what they've changed and how they've done it. But it's good to see it getting some love and attention. There's one there. Oh no, hang on. What be that? What is that? That's it there, look. Hang on. That was handy. And there's one right here, friends. The F-15. Flying with us in the sim. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? Now, last but not least, here we are at the final bit of news. Hold on to something. The suspense is mad. Aircraft number 4. It's all aircraft news this week. Wait till you see the state of this thing. Right? This will give you an excuse to go ahead and learn some Russian. A development update from the east, the Tupolev Tu-134. Good quality airliners on Microsoft Flight Sim are a little rare. It's a new platform, the airliners are big, complex, that demand a lot of work from developers. The only third-party option right now seems to be the CRJ series from Aerosoft. Other than that, you have the excellent A320NX by Fly-by-Wire, and also Salty's 747 has gotten a nice kind of update as well. However, the Tupolev Tu-134 continues to evolve at a slow but steady pace. The developer has been issuing sparse updates answering requests from curious simmers who want to know a bit more about the development. On the latest video update, the lengthy 1.5 hour stream, Alasky, the main developer, takes us through the tour of the Tu-134, showing its creation in great detail. Now, these pictures, as I said, it's a stream of a stream of a stream. Go ahead and look at the Tupolev Tu-134 because it looks incredible. The model, the cockpit, the flight deck, it's absolutely bananas, the workload going into this thing. No release date is given yet, but we are expecting another update in a couple of weeks to see where they're at. Some hints kind of say next year, but we'll have to wait and see. It is a very cool project, and we're going to continue the development here and report back to you when we hear more. And again, all this information and news is provided by MSFSaddons.com. Be sure to rumble over to their website, check it out. It's pretty cool. Warhamster says, I love that Russian undercoat green that they use everywhere. It's amazing. Isn't it absolutely amazing? It's fantastic. And scene. That's the news. Consider ourselves updated. Oh, holy moly, look at the amount of people flying. So we continue our flight here across Australia. We're heading down to Uluru. You can't get any more Russian than that. Are you in a hurry? No, I'm Russian. Did you see? You sort of did. Hang on, I earned that one. I definitely earned that one. Colonel Fork says, Murph, check out live time. Ooh, Colonel Fork for the win. Yes. Look at the state of this. Let's kind of sit back and enjoy, well, the epicness. Annalisa says, Annalisa is updated with Murph with the news. Gibbo says, Murph, you gotta show Gibbo's aircraft for the win. Oh, wait. Oh, God, yeah. Hang on. God almighty. I need to do another thing. Hang on, Gibbo. We'll get you covered now, man. Hang on, this is important. Gibbo be giving out to me. Hang on. Where is it? Where is it? Where did I see? Oh, hang on. Hang on, we'll find it, Gibbo. As Murphy frantically goes looking for it. Where is it? I saw it earlier.
Hey, good buddy.
There's a hey good buddy happening. Who be this? Many thanks for the follow, Ricardo. Very kind of you. Hang on, I need to share a screenshot with you. This is important. Hey, Maddie. Maddie, thanks for the follow. Guys, thanks so much for all the follows tonight. And, like, we're getting raided like, I don't know, the Vikings. Now, let's see. This is important. How do I share this? Is it window capture? 1 second. Shik-ding! Look at the state of this! So we mentioned DC Designs earlier on. Do you know what else DC Designs are working on? This. The Concorde. Doesn't that look fantastic in the sim? Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, though? Can you imagine when we get to fly that thing? Across the pond. We'll do it in like 4 hours. Or 3. Was it 3.5 hours or 4 hours? Doesn't it look amazing? It looks absolutely fantastic. I think Gibbo likes the Concorde. It looks amazing there, doesn't it? Now, it's hard to know how the systems modelling and stuff is going to be. But, you know, DC Designs had mentioned that they were working on the Concorde, and they literally just dropped out a picture to say, look at the state of this. Yeah, there's even a Concorde coming. One of the best planes ever. I remember, like, being in Ireland, you used to hear the sonic boom kind of down the south around Cork. You'd be out, and next thing you hear the boom boom. It's like thunder. It's cool. Goblin Zoo says, I remember Flight Sim 20 or Flight Sim 2000. That's going back a few years. Flight Sim 2000 with the Concorde in it. Yeah, that was like, was that like a Century? Oh no, that was Flight Sim 2004, a Century of Flight. But yeah, no, they used to have the Concorde in it. Ooh and ah, indeed. Gibbo Ireland says, mic drop. Mechanical Madness says, nice. Wagsill says, Concorde cockpits are crazy. They're mad looking, yeah. They're cool though. They're pretty cool. Hey, Nicodas is in the house. Happy Wednesday, dude. And the droop, yeah, so the whole nose was able to move and stuff. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. So we're about halfway there. We got about, 20 minutes till we get down to our destination. Colonel Fork, you were so right with the lighting, dude. It looks incredible here. On the Grand National Day, flying over the house, going to Liverpool. Oh, nice. Hope to see the X-Plane 11 style afterburners. Yeah. In fairness, some of the afterburner stuff that they have in Microsoft Flight Sim, they're looking very, very good. They look fantastic. But yeah, it's a busy night, isn't it? God almighty, I've only now got through the news. A busy night. So we had Jeppeson2001, the man, myth and legend, on for the chat. And yeah, we've had a busy night. We've been raided left, right and centre. Colonel Fork, London Controller, and then MSFS Official. Absolutely nuts, guys. Thank you also very much for rambling in. Don't forget, as I said, we do have a Discord. That's where we all hang about when we're not on the live streams. Hey, Like the Program is here. Happy Wednesday, my dude. Current airspeed by the Murph. Well, only 120 knots. We'll put it on to rental power there for the crack, will we? To infinity. So we'll see what it can do. Yeah, we'll do this, look. Do. Oh, that's totally freaky. Right. Oh, look, it's accurate. We're at the YKCA. It's fun to say at the YKCA. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22 23 24 25 26 27 28 29 30 31 32 33 34 35 36 37 38 39 40 41 42 43 44 45 46 47 48 49 50 51 52 53 54 55 56 57 58 59 60 61 62 63 64 65 66 67 68 69 70 71 72 73 74 75 76 77 78 79 80 81 82 83 84 85 86 87 88 89 90 91 92 93 94 95 96 97 98 99 100 101 102 103 104 105 106 107 108 109 110 111 112 113 114 115 116 117 118 119 120 121 122 123 124 125 126 127 128 129 130 131 132 133 134 135 136 137 138 139 140 141 142 143 144 145 146 147 148 149 150 151 152 153 154 155 156 157 158 1 I was looking from the ground. I was inside it like, Did they have one parked up there? There's a couple of, I won't say there's a couple. There's one or two different airports that have static displays of a, whatchamacallit? The Concorde. And isn't there one over on the, I keep forgetting it. Is it the Intrepid? What's the aircraft carrier out in Manhattan or down in New York? It seems like the YMCA. Yeah, it's a trick. Well, we're going to the YMKA. And next thing, you know, a fella in a hard hat and a high vis. And he... Do you know what I mean? I like how it says Uluru instead of yay. Yeah. There's one in Manchester. Gotcha. Goblin says the Century flight also had the Wright brothers plane in it. Oh, that's right, yeah. Had a Vickers Vimy as well. Remember that thing? Nuts. Pretty cool. But yeah, if you've just rambled in, we're having a look at the new Britain Norman Islander, just released by Black Box Simulations. There's the Thunderflies. Look at the state of these lads. Hang on, we'll do some more exposure on these. They're so hot right now. Don't act like you're not impressed. Do we have music? Oh, we do. We can play. We'll play this one. Yes. We'll go tracking the Thunderflies. Hammy, don't spill your drink this time. Super Typhon with the F-15 joining in. Yeah, they look pretty cool, don't they? Warhamster says, I'm not in formation just yet. I was talking to the missus and the cat. What a nice backdrop indeed. Looks great, doesn't it? So these guys are training every single time, be it I stream or Colonel Fork or Allison. When anyone is streaming, the Thunderflies appear and they're always working on new tricks, new different displays. That's absolutely incredible. So if you guys ever want to fly with them, you know, they can teach you a thing or two. Be sure to ramble over to the Discord. You can jump in on one of the voice channels. If you're a little bit nervous, don't worry, you don't need to talk. Just go in and listen and you'll start picking up how they talk. You know, I imagine there was some choice words when Hammy dropped his pint of cider, but apart from that, do you know what I mean? Did you be well behaved? Look at this. Look at the state of it though. I'm trying to do my best here with the camera. I'm failing miserably. Aren't they class? Absolutely incredible the work they do. And as I said, be sure to check out twotonemurphy.com/Thunderflies because the lads even have their own bio up there as well and links to some of their videos where the camera work is marginally better than this. F-15 is also up in the class level. Yeah, he's keeping up. So they're flying, if you want to know the aircraft, this is the India Fox Echo MB339. Look at that for a break. They're just absolutely legend. Absolutely fantastic. Annalisa, many thanks for adding in the linkage to the website. So we're about 20 minutes out. We're going to fly down over Uluru. Let's tell you about it. Well, we kind of did, but it's a large sandstone rock formation in the southern part of the North Territory of Australia. I'm going to be asking questions now, so, write stuff down. I'm only joking, but really, I'm not. I am. The sandstone formation stands at 1,142 feet high, rising as much as 2,831 feet above sea level. Uluru is big, but most of its mass is buried under the surrounding desert. Uluru, as we see it today, was created millions of years of erosion of the softer surrounding rock. Beneath the surface, Uluru extends at least another 2.5 kilometres. What? 3.5 kilometres long and 1.9 kilometres wide, with a total circumference of 9.4 kilometres. It's estimated to be about 600 million years old. 600 million. What? Archaeological evidence has been found suggesting that Aboriginal people have inhabited the area around Uluru for over 30,000 years. It's notable for appearing to change in colour at different times of the day and the year, when it glows red at dawn and the sunset. Uluru is an Inselberg, meaning an island mountain. The local people call it the landmark Uluru. On the 19th of July 1873, the surveyor William Goss sighted the landmark and named it Ayers Rock in honour of the then Chief Secretary of the South Australia, Sir Henry Ayres. Today it's known by both names. It's taller than the Eiffel Tower, the Chrysler Building, and the spire. Just to get the spire in there. Do you know what I mean? And Elisa says, that's older than me, da. But yeah, no, it's going to be fascinating to get down here. I saw this on The Crown recently. Thank you, and is. It was on an episode of The Crown. I was like, oh, that's the thing in the place with the scenery. So I thought it'd be a good idea to check it out. So we're here with the Fireflies. We have Thunderflies flying as well. Say that really fast. We have all sorts of aircraft. We have Caravans, Spitfires, VL3s, Islanders. Pretty cool. It's a very busy night tonight. We've been giving it socks. Do you know what I mean? A good old run of me money now, so I had. So, yeah. We're heading down then to Ayers Rock Airport, also known as Connellan Airport. The original airport at Uluru was provided by Edward Connellan, who founded Connellan Airways back in 1942. It was decided in the early 1970s to remove all accommodation-related tourist facilities from near the base of Uluru and re-establish them outside the national park. The new facilities became fully operational in late 1984. Charles and Diana climbed it years ago, but I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to climb it now. Ah, giving it socks and sandals. Socks, sandals and shorts for the win. Socks and flip-flops. Some say it's sacrilege. I say it's legendage. You can also see it from space, says Kingsman. Ooh. After bashing off my microphone. Murphy, does the landing gear retract on the plane? Negative, Jacob. This is a fixed landing gear. It doesn't go anywhere. It just kind of stays there. It's an interesting kind of spotlight, isn't it? So it's pretty cool. As I said, we're not terribly far. About 15-ish minutes. We want to head down to Uluru first. Oh yeah, Uluru first, and then back up to the machine. It's the Piston Twin Otter. This is the Britten-Norman Islander, or in this variant, it's known as the Defender. It's pretty cool. Socks and Crocs. It really annoys my cousins. That's the one, Keen. Socks and Crocs for the win. Do you know what I mean? It has to be done. Now, we're over here somewhere. We'll play a bit of music, will we? Let me see now. Let's see. Oh, this will work. This will work. Right. Check out some scenery. How about a wing wave, ladies and gentlemen? I just can't get over this fella. Do you know what I mean? He's double-sided. So no matter what way you look at him, I need to iron the creases out of him. There you go, my old flower. Huge shout out to War Hamster for providing us with the autopilot. And it's a pillow as well. I'm technically sleeping on Hammy. I don't know what to do with that. Just as long as Otto isn't smoking. Indeed. Smoking. I went out there to refill the old tasty beverage. I was like a ninja. A tasty oh. We need to lean that mixture. Hang on. It's just about there. Wait now. Yeah, better. Much better. There's no beverage service tonight? No! Could you imagine it? Very good, that is, Murph. Yeah, it's cool. It's awesome. Easy there now. It's a school night. Oh yeah, be careful. I literally read out anything, so like, be careful. Do you know what I mean? Now, where are we at? Now, what happened? That's a fireable offence. Hang on, what did she say? Mr. Two-Tone will never own Crocs as long as I'm his present lady wife. Oh, wait, I want... We know what to do there, then. I've ordered, so remember, I'm going to take you for a spin in the car someday. Just a wild adventure, a vlog. I don't like vlog, it's vlog, right? And, well, I'm going to go for a spin in the car someday. I'll bring you out for a spin down to the local area. And I'm going to go off now and buy a pair of Crocs. Because that'll really make Mr. Two-Tone happy. So we'll have an adventure. We'll go off to buy some Crocs. And have a GoPro. I'm going to pick up a second GoPro, probably. Because we can have, you know, it'd be like the Top Gear. I'd be driving like this. Oh no, hang on, it'd be like this. And I can talk to you like this. Do you know what I mean? We could do that. But I was saying, well, the audio in the car is going to be kind of, do you know what I mean? It'll be kind of loud. So I went off and I ordered, it's a Sony something. I forget the name of it. It's like $50, but it's an audio recorder. And I'll have one of them lapel microphones. I'm going to look like I'm from RTE. Here's a new newscaster. I'm going to look very important. So I'll do that. And I'll have the audio in the car, go driving in the car, in the Skoda Superb. We'll go for a ramble and I'm going to go off and buy some Crocs. Be advised, viewer discretion, you will have to see my feet because I'll have to try on said Croc. But it's okay, I shall be wearing socks. Now we're very high here. We need to descend. So we're going to go down. Current altitude is 5,500. Landing altitude is going to be 1,600. So we're going to go down, we say, to about 3,000 feet. And we're going to go to a descent profile of 500 feet per minute. Dobbo Murphy. In the mobile with Murph.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, many thanks for the follow, dude. Gibbo says, I've no word. It's going to happen. Well, not the whole thing about me feet. That could be just that could be like the bonus part for members. Do you know what I mean? Looking after the members. Bonus scene. You know. Oh, do you know what it could be for? It could be for that. Do you know what I mean? That's the wrong button. It could be for this thing. Only fan. Right? There's the Thunderflies. Look at the state of them. Do you know, like, come here, like. That's incredible. Look at it. Look at the state of it. They're so hot right now. Uh-oh, they're doing stuff. There's someone gone to the left. He's bugging out and going home. Even a wing wave from them. They're toying with us, aren't they? Oh, look, they're doing stuff. Ah, lads, look at that. Do you know what I mean? Just like the Mankini and hot tub Crocs will not be happening. Now, Mr. Two-Tone, when you say behave, is that behave or is it oh behave? Do you know, which one is it? Because if it's the latter, oh behave, do you know, there's going to be great crack with this. But would you like that? Will we go for a spin in the car someday? I'll have, as I said, I'll have the GoPro set up. Kind of where you are now. And, do you know, with the microphone and the audios, we'll go for a spin. And I'll have to do the whole, hello, hello. You'll see that I actually do this in real life. I'll walk into shops and just say that. And people look at you like a goat staring into thunder. Do you know? It happens all the time. Hammy says, just as I said, I need a break and roll on my back. You need a hot tub and a 172, says Kingsman. Ooh. Nobody wants to see you in Crocs. It's the stern behave. Oh. The cat told me to wise up, whoever asked earlier. It'd be like hot tub flying machine. Downloading a Seneca. Taxes are back and it looks good. Ooh. I have been told, Annalisa. I have been told. You have been warned. You have been warned. Look at this. It's absolutely incredible, isn't it? So, this is the Black Box Simulations Britain Norman Islander. And I have to say, it looks very good. It sounds good. There are one or two kind of, you know what I mean? It's a little bit on the, But so far it works. The only thing, as I said, it doesn't have no change in the audio from internal to external from the windows. You do have internal sounds. You do have external sounds. They're separate, which is pretty good. And it hand flies really, really nice. This is a trait that Black Box Simulations have to a fine art, because they had it with the usual array of flying characteristics in the L19, which is cool. Cap9 says, you reckon I can fill the VL3 with water so I travel in a tub? Man C888 says, thank you, Murph and all. As usual, a pleasure. Pleasure was all mine, my dude. Red Dragon Comrie says, any news on the Goose coming out of beta, or did I miss it? No news yet. They are working on it. Does the cockpit light up? Kingsman! Good question. Let us go to this time. So we have interior lights. Buttons. Now, there's a dimmer switch, so if they're too bright, do you know what I mean? They're not bad. They're not bad at all. And when you're in the civilian version, them red lights are replaced with just clear lights. Do you know what I mean? We're keeping an eye on you now. I should have superimposed the Thunderfly's website. See? I should have done stuff. Oh god, literally Otto was flying the plane. But yeah, so the nighttime or the night look, the external lights are, it's nice. Do you know what I mean? You can see it there now. It is nice, isn't it? Roxanne is in the back. Roscan! It does look nice, yeah. The lighting on this aircraft is fantastic. You know, we can go one notch up to make it really, really bright. That's kind of like floodlights. And then we do have cabin lights. Do you know, we can find them first, Murph. Cabin lights. Oh yes, we can turn these guys off. And then it's just this. So it is nice, isn't it? It's nighttime back there. But this is nice. So they're on full whack. We can turn them down a notch. Do you know? And then we're back to our head torch light thingy. So it's kind of nice. So we'll go back to live time, because it's just kind of nice. Oh look, there it is! Away in the distance. It was there all the time. We're getting close. So the airport is just over here to our right hand side. Somewhere. There's something on the way. Something. It's over there somewhere. And we're going to go down now to this place. Now, I'm not sure was it floating. It could have been just heat shimmer or something. Yeah, we'll go down and have a look. It looks nice. Looks very nice. The oglas will be visible also. Ooh. I think this aircraft is going to be an aircraft I'm going to spend a bit of time in because I like it. And, well, I just like, I'm a sucker for twin-engined airplanes. I just like them, do you know? And no doubt we'll get some sort of a Garda Síochána livery done out with the Irish Air Corps. Just saying, it might happen. Fingers crossed. Muriel's Wedding was a great film. Oh yeah, the mermaid. Well, she dressed up as a mermaid or something, and they sang like Dancing Queen or something. Muriel's getting married. Oh yeah, I remember it now. Do you remember that? It was like the Australian version of the Snapper, except, well, she was getting married instead of having a baby. Georgie Borges was replaced by Bruce. Yeah, I got you now. It makes total sense to me now. I figured it out. Walton's, would that be your favourite movie? Muriel's Wedding. Ah. Snippy, Georgie. Borges. Look at him go. Thunderflies. Red alert! Red alert! Ah, Colin Meaney. God almighty. We'll have to get Colin Meaney and Jeremy Clarkson to do voiceover work for us. Colonel Fork with the Sipage Command. Oh, tasty. Yeah, the soil, right? It's like Mars out here. Look. Even the dust on the road, look. This place is stunning. Do we have, oh, we do. Oh, we'll do a bit of this now, look. Because this scenery is just powerful. So what we need to do is something for it. Do you know what I mean? Now, if we do this one. That works. Kazaki Flyer says, the Islander brings back memories. I haven't seen one since Palm Beach, Florida. Oh, nice. Tuga McTavish, your ground is redder than mine. I want a refund. Super Typhon, yeah, the rotating beacon is really, really done well. It looks very slightly off, but it's only the shine from it. It's really nice. That's kind of really weird and upsetting looking. Nothing to see here. That scenery wasn't doing nothing weird at all. Oh, the horror. Give it a minute. It might need to load in. No, it hasn't done it yet. Nothing to see here. Everything's okay. That was the wrong button. Hang on.
Oh, man. Don't hit me with them negative waves so early in the morning.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
Waxel says, I saw something on Reddit about how Uluru isn't simulated right sometimes. No, it did this yesterday, and then once you get closer in, it kind of figured itself out. There's clearly some sort of mesh issue, because see the way... This is... Oh, the stutterage there. Basically, right, just to explain what's going on. It's not to say it's right or it's wrong, it's just, it's a thing. Because the area here has elevation data... are we going to hit that floaty? Because of the elevation here, the data, the DEM data, is being imported into the sim from Bing, right? And that's why it's glitching out and doing a thing. Because they created a hand-placed POI on top of the DEM, sometimes if you haven't cached the area, Bing is trying to read the area first, and it's telling the POI where to be placed. If that makes any sort of sense to you. So basically what's happening is the data is being streamed by Bing imagery, the satellite, yeah? And then the sim is saying, oh yeah, put our handcrafted POI on top of that elevation point. So all that's happened here, they forgot to carry the one in their like long multiplication, and that's why it's floating. Do you know what I mean? We broke it. We absolutely broke it. It will fix itself though. It just takes a minute or two for the data to actually... Can I fix this now? Give it a second. Because if I get very, very close to it, the sim will just go, hang on, that's not right. Do you know what I mean? It's ghost-like. It is. It's an optical illusion. We must be dehydrated or something. Drink plenty of water. Cups of tea. Throw some tea in them. Just make sure it's not hot. Iceland did this a lot, and Greenland, and a lot of the Nordics, before they did the update, a ton of area, because the elevation data, if they have conflicting elevation in a tile, there's no way for the sim or the AI to realise, well, who's right and who's wrong. Do you know? I'll see if I can fix it. Are we ready, right? Don't crash the plane. So if we do something like this, right? We should really play kind of strange music here, shouldn't we? Do you know what I mean? Now, let's see. Ah, yes, this'll work. Hang on, don't crash. Hang on, it's thinking about getting better. Give it a second. At least we can say, do you remember the night we went to Uluru? Oh God, look at, what the deuce? We're getting launched around the shop. Aha! See? It's getting better. It's fixing itself. No, it's totally broken again. Give it a minute. It's thinking about it. It's like, oh, hang on, I need to go back and recalculate this. There's definitely aliens here. It's fixed. Screenshot. Now, see, proof it works. If it decides to like reappear, it could smash us out of the sky. Oh, it did it, look. God almighty, Dougal. Updrafts. Literally the updrafts in this area. They lift mountains. We got an F-15 on our tail. You shouldn't be in this area. Oh no, he'd be an Australian. You shouldn't be in this area. It is restricted airspace. Land now. Or, you know, become toast. It makes no sense, but it makes total sense. Captain Canada, he always says it. No floaties. No floaties. There's floaties here like you've never seen. I thought we were on Pandora. Catbat 9 goes across the screen twice. It happens when they've changed something. Ah. I think it was more along the lines of Independence Day. Well, as flight simmers and as people who spend a lot of time in the sim, our job now is to... what? Report it. You send a little email over to Zendesk to say, hey team, you'll never guess what we found. And they'll say, oh, right, we better check it out. And they will check it out. So it's only a matter of us telling them what's going on. Colonel Fork says, something about the North Europe server is causing me occasional stutters like the livery bug. Ooh. You see, yeah, like, they push out updates on different servers every now and again. They have server-based updates. And that could be putting in new code for the graphics for DX12. They need to test it on a live open server. So yeah, it probably depends. But it's fine. Like, you know, we can break the illusion. It is an impressive POI, and, you know, in terms of a landmark and being an iconic landmark for Australia, it is very, very beautiful indeed. Looking at this makes me want a scone, says Joey Bolo. Or a croissant. Or a croissant. A croissant. Parlez-vous le français? Oui, oui, merci. Très bien. See the state of that, no? But, yeah. Sounds like a bad idea testing out on a live server. You got it. You got it. You do a closed server, you release it, it breaks everyone, people complain. You put it on a live server to make sure it works, people complain. It's a lose-lose scenario. is this a mass illusion? It is. It's like... That's what it's like. Do you remember Star Trek The Next Episode, or The Next Generation, episode, or season friggin' 6, episode 6 or something? Do you remember they go to this planet anyway? And it turned out... Oh no, it was the movie. It was the movie. It was Star Trek Insurrection or something. Remember Data? He was invisible, and then they ripped off the top of his camouflage, and it was just his head running around the place. It was a hologram. That's what it was. That's what it was. It was a hologram. Well, that's exactly what we're looking at now. We're in Star Trek land. That's what it is. Insurrection. Yeah. That was the one. Do you remember that? Just the head of Data running around the place. And when the movie opened, if you haven't seen the movie, spoiler alert. Well, it's not really a spoiler alert. It starts off and you're thinking, uh-oh, poor old Data's lost the plot. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, that was Uluru. But the next time you visit, well, you wouldn't know. They might fix it. But from that view, it looks very impressive indeed. So we're going to head to the airport now of Ayers Rock. Look at the head in that one. Yeah, right. The head, the Data's head. Now, I do believe we have a tarmac runway here. I hope. We found another new two times bigger than Uluru in the Mars landscape, Murph. Oh, this is psychedelic. Yeah, baby, yeah. Runway 13, says Dougal. Runway 13 for the win. Airport is in sight. We're going to fly up this direction. So we'll do our usual. There doesn't seem to be autopilot disconnect. Oh, there is. Yeah, there is. So all in all, I've really enjoyed this stream. Great work out of the Thunderflies. Tremendous to have all the Fireflies here. Bit of a kind of a weird thing going on, but like... To be honest, I've seen worse. And, well, all you need to do, you report it to the developers to say, hey guy, there's a something. And they'll go, thanks for letting us know. And it goes onto the list of many things. You know, the backlog, or whatever. Otto's beside you. He is! This fella needs his own theme song. Hang on now, we'll find one for him. Imagine if that's all you saw for the entire night. It's too sad. Hang on. Mind the airport, Murphy, will you? Otto's supposed to be in charge. What'll work? Oh, this'll work! I need to hide me. I'm breaking the immersion. He needs to take his sunglasses off. He's not wearing sunglasses. I've overshot the airport. I need to do something to make it more believable. He needs a girlfriend. Like at the end of the movie. No, as in take sunglasses. Yes, yes. Now I got you. So we're circling around to runway 13 to make a full stop landing. More hamster dude, thank you so much for sending me that. What a weird and wonderful gift. I've been looking everywhere for that. You can't get an inflatable one. They don't exist. Oh, look, from here now it looks the part. Look. Warhamster says, if you're wondering, I saw Otto on Aviation 101 stream. Yeah, he's the same one in his in November 8, 9 or 9 or 1. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Who Murph? Oh no, hang on. Who Murph? Oh no, he does. I'm not taking any credit for the haircut. Oh no, she's talking to someone else. Remember what I said? It's like walking up to 3 people after 10 seconds after they finish laughing and you go, and they just look at you, you know. So bring our speed down. Keen Lafford is away. I'll be off. Great stream as always. Stay safe. Keen Lafford, have a peaceful night, my dude. We'll catch you soon. Ah, look, he's after hitting me with the sip at the end. And we're going into a dive. God almighty. Yeah, I know there's a sink rate. We're about to... Thanks, Keen, you legend. 500. That voice, 500. He's the most enthusiastic voice ever. Do you know what I mean? That Garmin voice. DAWS, system test, okay. And he goes like, 500. Could you imagine like if he was like your sports instructor? Keep walking, 500 more meters. Okay. Only 5 sleeps to the Eurovision. I know, right? I know. Right. Let's see, can we park this machine, Murph? Flaps down. Mind the speed. Oh, the flaps have a huge impact on the old stuff here. Look at this, like 60 knots coming in. Oh, there better be butter. There better be butter. And there's stutters as well. Go on, you divil, you. Mr. Chippy, if you're an insomniac like me, he says, there's only 5 more sleeps to Christmas. Thunderflies for the break! Awesome! Incredible work, my dudes. Oh, don't butcher the landing. Minus 276 feet per minute. Well, to be fair, like, there's good old rugged landing gear on this. Do you know what I mean? It's still intact. That's the main thing. I can't believe it's not butter. No, it wasn't. It was lard. Hop off the runway here, Murph. Now, there is an Orbex airport for Alice. Not for Alice, for Ayers Rock. So I'm unsure, will Orbex details help with the POI? Do you know what I mean? They might do with something. So I must, I'll check out the Orbex airport. Right, time to do this. This. Yes, this. Yes, it's all working now, lads. Look how red it is. It's so red right now. Right, down this way. I went AFK is down. No, he's not. He's yet to come in. There's a whole load of people already landed. They weren't waiting around at all for the crack. Tritz 4 is away. You take care, my dude. Thank you so much for joining. Here comes Psy 120. Gibbo Ireland. Is that the Seneca Gibbo? Jeez, you're getting mileage out of that. It's cool, isn't it? Manuel is down as well. I do like the Seneca. I want to fly that again. Jardvark. Oh, look. He's in a BN as well. Big Papa Polly. Here comes Lewis. Druid Zeus inbound. Here comes Scorpio. Papa Joe B is down. There's Bodup. See you later has arrived. Hammy's in the F-15. He's so hot right now. Samson Video is down. There's Muse Fan. Lowpox Mac. Nicely done, my dude. Why is Streamlabs back? Very strange. Gibbo's loving the Seneca. Yeah, it's really cool, isn't it? Kingsman9965 says, good night and all. Great stream again, Murph. My pleasure, my dude. As Cap at 9 arrives, here come the Thunderflies. Excellent stuff, my dudes. Wombat's having all sorts of crack. You can imagine what he's saying. Oh, dear God, what's happening? Hey, Captain Butters and that thing. Joey Bolo. Ooh. Dude. Mike Fear. Nicely done in the F-15. Baron is in the chopper. Get to the chopper now. Dougal McTavish also in a Seneca. Man, the Seneca is nice, isn't it? I think I have to say it, but the Seneca is now my favourite Coronado aircraft. Night Zep is away. You take care, my dude. Here comes God and Pete in the skies and Flamed Diamond. Nice work, my guys. There's Aviator Geek. Holy Mother of God, the sacrilege. Bell Bros away. You take care, my dude. Scorpio says he likes the Seneca a lot. Yeah, no, it is. Pretty cool. Mr. Tudon says the Mooney wants a divorce. Lowpox Mac, you poor devil. He absolutely kicked the bucket there. He did everything he could. Hey, there's Echo Charlie coming in. Ooh. Aviator Geek is just, he's having the crack. We've let him loose on the runway. And the wee donkey. For the love of the 7 balded lepers and the 12 yeah, all sorts of things. Anyway, thus concludes another wonderful night I got to spend with all you guys. Thank you so much for joining me here this Wednesday. The halftime, the midweek shuffle. We're now literally over the hump. The floating hump, as it were. But here we are. I want to thank you all so very much indeed for joining me, guys. Thank you so much. We've had raids. Feels like the Vikings. We were raided all over the shop tonight. We had Colonel Fork. We had London Controller. We had MSFS Official bringing in the Coffee House stream. His first stream on MSFS Official. A huge milestone for Coffee House. Be sure to check out his streams. Thank you also for the Level 5 Hype Train. What? On a Wednesday, no less. To all the new followers, subscribers, the bits that went flying, for everyone in the chat, a huge shout out to our special guest for our community spotlight, de Murphline, the one and only Jeppeson2001. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, my dude. We had a wonderful chat, very, very interesting insight to how he makes incredible scenery. So be sure to keep your eyes peeled for more from Jeppeson2001. With his newest and most ambitious project, and it'll be his debut payware airport, somewhere based in Arizona, man. And be sure to check out our Discord, because we'll have, well, you know, Jepson has his own little channel in there, and he keeps us up to date with what happens. Oh, and again, happy 10th anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Jeppeson2001. Do you know what I mean? From our community to your household, my dude. Fantastic. Cheers. So, that's it. Off with us now. We have to go now and ramble, and, well, we'll be back on Friday. Colonel Fork should be on the airwaves tomorrow, Thursday. We'll be back on Friday night, going to New Zealand. Kia ora. Saturday, we'll have a stream from Alison Johnson as well. A big shout out to our team of moderators. Once again, hats off to the incredible Gibbo Ireland for all the fantastic work at the website. Do be sure to check it out. twotonemurphy.com/Thunderfly is what the whole website Gibbo did. So be sure to check it out. It's amazing. So, until next time, stay safe, be good, behave yourselves, and we'll see you on Friday. Good night.
La 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 la.